dread it, run from it, destiny arrives all the same. And now it's here. Or should I say, I am.
And as this room fill up, be sure to hit that like button, share this content, let that friend, that neighbor know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond.
Why is Eberflus still the guy to get this defense going in the right direction? And what do you say to the fans who want him replaced?
He's been in that, he's had tremendous experience. He's dealt with adversity with a long record, not only with us, but with his tenure at Chicago and Indianapolis. And he's had some great successes, had some very great successes, but he's had his tail kicked. That's who I want in the foxhole with me, because there's no such thing as having all the answers. And so when I jumped at it, when I saw we had a chance to get him, I still feel as strongly as I did the day we brought him in here. And these things that we're dealing with here are not one, two major things. There are a lot of little things that you can address and get right, and you can adjust the nuances of them. And, for instance, the other day, we couldn't stop the run, yet we were within a possession. If we drive that ball at the end of the game, we got a good chance to win it. We were up all day for the most part. And so there's a lot of ways to win football games, and Flus is dealing with nuances there that we can adjust and change. And you do adjust, and you do change, and there will be that. What's interesting is that the way the game panned out was very, very on point with the way that our coaches planned for the game to pan out. We just thought we could get more stops. We thought we could physically do a better job with them, and they were able to scheme us a little bit. That to their credit. But we were in that game close enough. What I think I don't want to take too long on this answer, but Carolina is easy to overlook as a formidable matchup with us. They match up right good against where we need the work, and so they were a tough opponent for us the other day. We almost pulled it off.
Jerry, a lot of stats are coming out, kind of lining up this defense with some of the worst
hit them with all of the good
franchise
stuff
of Mike Nolan and Rob Ryan and Monty Kiffin. Is this defense giving you totally different vibes of what those were?
No, I remember all those defenses, and if you look back, those coaches, Monty Kiffin's recognized as one of the best defensive coaches in football, and you can go on through those names, and you'll see them. They all had their days. And I'm not going to name names, but you can keep going with really outstanding defensive coaches. Let me say this. Defensive coaching in the NFL, it is an all-day sucker because this league makes its rules, and this league pushes toward offense. And that's good. I love that. And I love the game because of that. But we push it toward the offense. And so it's quite a challenge. And usually if you execute a play and you block it right, you've got a good chance of moving that football, which they did the other day with their running game, of course. We thought that we could do a little better job in coverage, to say the least, and keep them from making a couple of those big throws they made. And we busted a couple of assignments, obviously. But the game plan was to understand they were going to run that football, and we just needed to do a good job at defending that pass, and then we needed to do a good job when we had the ball.
Jerry, you guys are playing one of the highest zone rates in coverage in football this year. And Greg Olsen, who was on the call for Fox, said that it made the Cowboys too predictable on defense and that teams were taking advantage of that. What are your thoughts on the rate of zone coverage you're playing and the predictability of that?
That doesn't surprise me that he would assess that at all. And I agree, you look predictable when they're blowing you out. And that's, you can say zone, get over in man. We've got players that have had success in man. Man creates the big plays. Not the problem, but one of the problems is zone is supposed to eliminate big plays, and it's supposed to be slow them down on their eventual moving the football to some degree. That's not give up. That's a strategy. Well, but you can't have the really big-time play plus give it up on what's the philosophy of the zone. And that's what we've got to make some corrections on. And we are, and we will.
Jerry Jones joined us here, 105.3 The Fan. Jerry, Donovan Wilson has been getting beat up pretty bad, both on the field and by the fans, criticized for his play, especially in pass coverage. Is he being put in a position to succeed the way that he is being used?
Well, Donovan, like all players for the most part, has some things he does extraordinarily well. And the way he has played safety, particularly in the run game, and particularly with his aggressiveness, is one of the top careers of active players, I think. But like any player, you have things that you're better at than other things. And so then that's when you say, well, the coach can't put him in that position. Trust me, the positioning of a player to use his skills the best is one of the premier focal points of any coach, and is our coaching too. And those are areas that you have to adjust. I don't mind telling you, one of the best tacklers we've ever had on this team, Hooker, at safety back there, has not been with us. That's a lot. That's been an issue for us there. Let me just talk about personnel a minute. Where we're potentially our strongest is pass rush, and we've got the most capable pass rushers that we've had, and we've got the ability to really rotate our players, which is very important in pass rush, because that's probably you exert more energy there than any place else. And so there's ways that we can take our personnel. Speaking of him, there's ways we can take our personnel and address what happened to us Sunday.
Jerry Jones with us here on The Fan. Jerry, you have invested a lot of money in your corners, Deron Bland and Trayvon Diggs. There's been obviously a lot of struggles there. Like you mentioned, big plays in a coverage that's not designed to allow big plays. Can you still get your return on the investment you made in your corners?
That's a good phrase, return on investment. And really, it's one that sounds pretty bright line, pretty factual. But what is that? Diggs takes one interception. When he was all pro, he took 4 or 5 of those interceptions. Those are obviously turnovers. They had everything to do with us coming out on top. But when you do that, you take some risk. And a lot of times the ideal interception, the ideal defensive play is to cover and do your assigned area of responsibility. And then you step out, if you can, and make a play on the ball and get a turnover. Boy, what a mouthful, because it's rare when you can do all of those kinds of things. And so we're right now, across the board, we're not getting the turnover. We got one Sunday, and it really almost won the game. That difference right there was that one turnover. We were up 1, and that's probably why that thing was as close as it was. So where I'm going with this is we certainly want to have him in position to make some of those turnovers. He's so instinctive at playing the ball. He plays the ball like a receiver. And so when you do that, though, you can sometimes take some risks that can expose, not him, anybody, anybody gets exposed when they're taking some risk on a ball that is thrown within play. Now, a lot of times you get interception when that ball goes completely away from where it was intended to go, and a back can be in the right spot.
Jerry, y'all had mentioned when you made the Micah trade and you acquired Kenny Clark that he was brought in to help the run defense. Why is that part of the trade not worked out the way you wanted it to?
Well, but the trade was to help the run defense. There's no question about it. And actually, Kenny Clark is playing very, very well. Micah's part was to help the pass rush, I'm sure. And I don't want to even get into what Green Bay might have been thinking, but that was to help the pass rush. And, of course, the mighty, let's look at the results at the end of a period of time. What kind of difference does that make? Boy, I'm glad to have Kenny Clark now. He's played outstanding. We certainly might have had less run stop than we had without Kenny Clark. But as I look ahead here, as
Bussum with where we are ranked at against the run.
Him in there for stopping the run. But I also am glad we've got him in there for our soundness on what we can do when we put some pressure on the quarterback. So bottom line is right now we have gotten the money's worth for Kenny Clark. To have Kenny Clark on this team, I am proud that we got him. And he's probably either first or second on grading on our team on defense.
Jerry Jones joined us here, 105 through the Fan. The offense has been very, very good this year. Dak's having a tremendous year.
Y'all didn't bust him with the ranking of the
knowing that
run.
the offense is that good and the problems that we have on defense,
man.
How untouchable are the Green Bay first-round
Green
picks
Bay.
they sent in terms of being able to get a player before the deadline?
Excuse me. My bad, y'all. That's too early.
Well, you're talking about the Parsons trade and the picks we got with those.
Are they untouchable to try to use to get a player at the deadline?
No, I've never. That's why I didn't understand your question, and I'm not criticizing the question. But there's nothing untouchable.
Press them a little bit.
If we can improve our team, and it makes sense for what we give up in the future. All of it's there. And you're right in one respect. We've got major resources that we wouldn't have had we not made that trade. A lot of people don't realize that Kenny Clark makes upward of $23 or $22, $23, $24 million this year. We only pay $2 of that.
You talking about payment, man.
And so that created quite a availability for us that we wouldn't have had. And so all of that is no question about it. And I promise you, yours truly or anybody that's associated with the Cowboys has got our eyes really open in ways that we can help this defense. And certainly I don't want to preclude anything on offense either. But in answer to your question, there's nothing untouchable in our resources to help our team. And there's no way that I'm at a point right now to where I would not do something because of where we are into the season, 6 games. I would go as early as I would if we were talking 3 games back.
Jerry, one of the real positives out of Sunday was how well George Pickens played, and he's had a fantastic year to this point. When you guys traded for him, there was a decision, it appeared, to just have him play out the final year of his contract. Would you be open to picking up extension talks with George Pickens at this point?
We are always looking at what we can do to basically financially improve where we are. Now, you don't financially improve without getting what you paid for. Well, that's a misnomer. You have to have the talent. You have to have the players. And I know you said, well, duh, that was assumed in the question. Well, the point is that we'll look carefully at what we're doing financially, look carefully at what we do there with George. And I can't tell you how proud I am personally for George because he is absolutely as exciting as he's been on the field for us. He's been that kind of teammate, and he's inspirational. Our coaches enjoy coaching him. I won't speak for the players, but he is a great teammate in my mind. And, of course, when we got him, there was some issue with, there might be something with the way his personality. Well, I'll tell you this, I'll take that combination we got with him any day.
Jerry, how are you guys looking on the injury status of CeeDee Lamb, Tyler Booker, and Kevontae Turpin heading into this week?
Without being doctor here and without the benefit of a week of practice, seeing where they are, thumbs up on all. It's looking good, but that's just it. You've got to have that week of practice, which we haven't had. And when we have it, that'll be the report card. See how it goes this week.
And last one for you here, Jerry. With so many questions that have existed in the secondary, what is the status of Savone Ravel's rehab at this point?
Excellent. Absolutely excellent. He's everything we thought he would be. Getting to see him up close and personal and what kind of player, athlete he is, all upbeat. Obviously, he's coming in with no experience, but his status, to answer your question, is that in his rehab, he's done nothing but make everybody's eyes big. And looking forward to getting him out there. We'll have to, everybody remember who's about making his first steps in the NFL as he gets out there. But, boy, he's got a great future.
Happy birthday once again. Thank you so much for the time this morning, and good luck.
Listen, I want to be doing with this program with you 15 years now.
Yes.
You probably will be.
And see.
Thank you, Jerry. Enjoy it.
All right, guys.
There he is. 15 years running. Tuesdays, 8:30. Jerry Jones, brought to you by your North Texas Ford dealers. Ford is the best in Texas. Let's react to all of it and the rest of RJ's college coaching kegger. Final hour. Sean and RJ next. But let me go ahead and save.
I mean, they had him right there on the ropes, man. And that's what I said on my Twitter. I said, come on, you got him right there. Press him. Press Jerry. I mean, they let that man skate all over the field, man. I mean, come on, they didn't ask him none of the stuff. Like, what you mean? Everyone have a reason, but results are what matter. That's all they had to say. 15. Look, man. You know, I know they're gonna get mad and be angry and try to do some kickback to save face. But I'm just sitting here saying that they had every opportunity to take their shot right then, shoot him down, but they allowed the man to continue to spit his rhetoric. Ah, my gosh, man. Yeah. Come on. Yeah, this is worse than 2020. Yeah, this is worse than 2020, and they gonna respond. They got to respond now. I said, come on, man. Come on. You got Jerry Jones right there. Press him. Just tell him the facts through week 6, pre-Monday Night Football. The Cowboys had the 32nd ranked points allowed, 32nd ranks in total yards, 32nd ranks in third down, and 29th in completion rate allowed. All they had to say is press him, hit him with his own facts. And whoever interviews Cowboys Jerry Jones these days, I put out there, should be held accountable too. Because it's clear that Jerry Jones is out of his mind. Come on, man. The man sounds more disconnected from reality every time he speaks. Now, Jerry Jones is giving these boys unbelievable. And I think Todd Archer did a great job of following up with 105, of giving us a transcript, because I know you guys don't want to hear his voice, and I wasn't even going to go live. I was still looking over some footages and film or what have you. But it's crazy how we are with this particular situation. Let me go to Todd Archer. I think that he did a great job of following along. And this is no shade or shot at 105.3 The Fan, but I'm looking for results, and I get it. All right, so let me see what he said. Jerry Jones backed up Matt Eberflus despite the defensive struggles. I jumped at it when he saw a chance to go get him, and he felt the same today as the day when he brought him in. That's the transcript there. So at this point, this is a problem. Like literally, Matt Eberflus, who haven't won anything, who's not like he's been, look, Matt Eberflus' defenses has been, historically speaking, top 15. Let me just preface this before you guys say that I'm just overreacting. And I want you guys to hear me. His defensive rankings been top 20, top 15, top 10. Nowhere near top 9, top 8. When I say top 10, it's literally always been number 10 or number 11. It never been number 9, never been number 8, never been number 7, never been number 6, never been number 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So he never literally had those kinds of calibers of defense. Here's the cookie of it all, ladies and gentlemen. The Cowboys never won a Super Bowl without a top 5 defense. So if you contextualize it that way, that's what I'm getting at. And I'm not saying that we have to have the number 5 defense or have to have at least a number 8 defense or number 3 or number 2, number 1. But damn it, it would have been a good situation if we had it right about now. You know, you get what I'm saying? Yes, indeed. He states here 5 minutes ago, on 105.3 The Fan, Jerry Jones said that the Cowboys are open for business regarding the trade deadline. Yours truly and anybody associated with the Cowboys got our eyes really open in ways that we can help this defense, and we certainly don't want to preclude anything on offense either. So we got into November the 4th. I'll walk back a third what I'm saying about this team, and especially what I'm saying about this defense, if we get off of our backsides, right, and go make that said trade, right, or go and get something that's tangible. Look, Patrick, if we had number 10, number 11, number 12, number 15, we would be unstoppable. Oh, yeah, shoot. I'm going to be buying me tickets to the Super Bowl. I'll be buying me tickets to the Super Bowl. Let the AI speak. Well, she don't want to speak. She ain't even up. I'm sitting there letting the AI speak. She says, J. Diz, morning law, what piss poor excuse did Jerry Jones nonsense come up with on his radio public spot? I'm sure he gloated about himself and about the 90s. Did he bring up the 90s? They did bring up some good comparisons of what he did back in, some way back years. Let me see. Let me see what they said.
Time, if you like. Sean Sharif, RJ Choppy, Cowboys Insider, Bobby Ball. We got Peyton and Aiden getting it in the back. This is your...
I'm going to wait and see. What the hell? Watching that on mute don't look right. But let's see what they say far as, because it is for what it is. It is for what it is. He says Kenny Clark been playing outstanding. I get that. Hold on to me.
I don't think so.
That man,
I wish he was more like Steinbrenner.
Well, he would say this back in like the early 90s when the team was bad. We had the most wins of any team in Major League Baseball during the 1980s. Didn't win a World Series. But nobody in the sport had more wins than the New York Yankees in the 1980s.
See, I would have thought...
That's what Jerry's saying with we're the 5th winningest team.
I would have thought George would crack more heads.
He did, but
Jerry
he was
is
also
much more positive.
Yeah. George was cracking heads, but he would also say that
George would have come on here and say, I think our defense is awful and this is not going to be acceptable. It better start changing.
And he would fire
right?
everybody. He would fire everybody. But he would also say that to try to keep the positivity up from the fans, keep the fans engaged. Well, nobody won more than we did. And I think that's a disconnect with the fan base right now. Is like Jerry is right. Like you want to be around the rim. Like that is
Real.
this is
I want to slam dunk it.
in hockey. It's just send the puck on net.
Yep.
Eventually, it's going to get through. That's the concept here. Just get in the playoffs. Eventually, you're going to fall into one.
Right.
It hasn't happened, and it's not even that you didn't fall into one. You haven't even gotten close. Like that's the maddening part of this is that they have been good,
And it's not going to happen this year, despite the pass rush, Bobby. This is what set
great pass rush.
That's what set Twitter and the fan text into commotion.
Yeah, before the season, if you want to say it's the deepest part of your team, okay. Like you can talk that way, fine. You can't say that after 6 weeks. They can't get to the quarterback. Like it's a problem. It's a big problem. And for me, again, I don't understand this organization-wide edict to just
I'm trying to read all your
Matt
super chats
Eberflus's
'cause I couldn't get to them all.
ego or whatever. Because I mean, like for Jerry launched right into that. He goes, "Man, he's been kicked around. Why is everybody so worried about how he feels?"
Well, look, you're going to protect people publicly. Dak does it. Dak is doing it with the defense. Brian Schottenheimer is doing it.
Yeah, protect the X's and O's. Don't protect the mental state of the defensive court. That's weird.
My problem in listening to Jerry, and Bobby, you were right about his euphoric
I can't find your super
attitude.
chat,
He has
so
been in an all-time great mood.
give me a few seconds.
I
I gotta
see on Fridays.
I gotta understand that
And again,
got a lot
I
of things
get it.
going
You
on.
are
I can't
right,
see the super
Tolos, a lot of
chats.
times when you go, well, what do you want them to do? You
But I
want them to
appreciate
kill them
the support.
publicly? When I hear Jerry Jones right there for 30 minutes, I do wonder and worry that level of joy and hopium and optimism actually
Give me 1 second
permeates
while I
through
set
the
up some
walls and gives them such a false sense of things. I worry about that. Because if Jerry Jones goes into the locker room on the meetings on a Monday after Rico Dowdle does that to you and the entire league, every quarterback in the world does that to you, why would you be alarmed or feel any fire on your rear end? There is such a thing as too much optimism. Joe Burrow in the Netflix show.
Hopium.
Yes. Zach Taylor. It was an ugly game, and Zach Taylor going over to the bench, and he's like, yeah, but don't get too mad. We got the win. And Joe's like, get out of my face. This should not have been this much of a struggle. Someone's got to raise the expectation. Somebody's got to keep and raise the standard. I think Steven may be just a little bit.
Bro, you just did a 15 to 20 minute interview with Jerry Jones. And you now saying that somebody got to raise the expectations and standard. And they say you sitting there talking right to the guy that you can deliver that blow to right there. Look, don't speak tough after the man gone. You had him for a whole 30 minutes to an hour. You could have swabbled with him. USA. All right, Aunt Brandy says, aren't we the 31st in run defense? Jerry stopped the cap, right? And I appreciate you, Brandy. Thank you so much. And I know you up real early, right? You West Coast, so appreciate you, Brandy. Max Amili states, Law, we have to give Eberflus some empathy. Imagine you the defensive coordinator and the GM trades your best player on D. How would you feel? I'll go in there. I'll go in there and say, hey, you just traded away my number one asset. Let's replace and replenish. He got a mouth. He got gray hair in his face. He got too much gray hair in his beard to be. Matt Eberflus got too much gray hair in his beard to be docile, right? So he need to figure out a way to speak or not speak at all. or hold his mouth and accept that fact that he's 32nd across the board. If Jerry Jones believeth in Matt Eberflus like he said, then he should listen to what he tried to say in order to get people in the building, is what I'm getting at. All right? So there's no empathy at this point.
Diz, $5. The local media is a part of the problem. Stop gaslighting the Cowboys front office.
Facts. And we have JD from DC also states, just sign Pickens so we can get fast forward to this season to the draft. Yeah. So I do agree with that. And just for context, I'm gonna see what they're saying just so I can make sure I'm on the same page.
Thought it was basically an excuse of, well, they match up well with us, and the coaches, they plan for that type of game. We expected it. We expected that type of game. Carolina matches up well with us. Kenny Clark.
Kenny Clark being the second best defensive player on the team.
First or second best.
First or second. All right. I mean,
the problem was they oversold. We all knew it. Mm-hmm. That getting Kenny Clark here, one piece, was going to fix your run D.
They talked about he was Dominican Sue.
Two Sues.
Yeah.
That the defense, the run D was going to be fixed.
Right.
And the Jets went at 8 a carry, and then Rico just did that. It's Mike Nolan, it's Rob Ryan, it's Monty Kiffin all over again. Mm-hmm. I mean, you have to go there.
That spot.
877-881-1053, 877-881-1053, Frenkel injury attorney text line. Anything else?
No, I mean, it's there's a lot of optimism in general.
Some
the honeymoon's
like
still
the
there. They're not.
Matt, 23-4. They tie up heavy, cumbersome loads and put them onto other people's shoulders, but they are not willing to lift a finger to move them.
Man. Son of John is spitting the truth, and I really appreciate Son of John. As they always say, be weary of strangers. You never know that you may be entertaining an angel. So Son of John may be an angel up in here, always giving us some good words and being able to keep us level-headed and doing the great job of comparing, scripture to everyday life. And I don't like what Son of John is doing. I love what Son of John is doing. So kudos and credence to Son of John. And I'm very, very much so we'll do this. We'll do this. I will do this. I will give see how on the stroller on the bottom of my screen, we're going to support the top givers as a notion to showcase that they support the nation somehow. So we're working on giving accolades to those who support, and I appreciate you, Son of John. Thank you so much for your support. Let me pull up Kenneth Murray, though, because I get it. I'm not here to beat up Kenneth Murray. I've gotten some hate mail because I posted these clips on Instagram, and I get it. He's on the ground, and it's not his fault. He's getting double team, triple team. But I want to let y'all know that Kenny Clark, my bad. Kenny Clark, he's on the ground and these sorts of things. And I got hate mail for posting this on Instagram. And they saying he's doing his job, right? And I'm not beating up Kenny Clark, you know what I'm saying? Oh, my God. I'm not beating up Kenny Clark. All I'm saying is with all of this is he's never, for those who really looked at tape and for those who really grind out the film, he's never been a run stuffer defensive tackle. Let me say this again for those, and y'all can challenge me, y'all can pull up tapes, y'all can say I don't know football, y'all can say all what you want, but he's never been a run stuffer defensive tackle. That's not his cup of tea. Now what he is ultimately better than what we had out of Mozzie, better than what we had in the last maybe since Jason Hatcher at that spot. And Jason Hatcher had about 10 or 11 or 12 sacks in one season. But what he is, he's a one-gapper that shoots upfield that can get and harass the quarterback. He's a better run stopper than Mozzie. He's better than Jonathan Hankins to this degree, right? He's better than what we had previously. So when we brought him in, it was an upgrade at that spot. There's no room for debate on that. And he's laid out like Family Guy. Shout out to my guy, Kenny. But what I'm getting at, and this is not to dismiss him, but this is a prime opportunity to add to this. So many people make it about Kenny versus Micah, and people fail to realize you had enough money and you had enough resources to have both of them. But since MP is out of the situation, who, by the way, the Green Bay Packers got the number 3 rushing defense in the National Football League, it'll get stopping the run. So they number 3. So it's kind of crazy. So what I want people to understand is that we still have a hole there. If I can make that any plain and simple. It's not like Kenny going to be here 4 or 5 years or playing at that spot. So regardless of the situation, if we are relying on the draft to help that spot out, then we could be very much so by the time 2026 or 2027 talking about the same exact thing. Like, man, we need help on stopping the run, because this is not an – you know how they say systematic. Yeah. I don't want to say the other word that goes with it, what most people talk about, poisoning of the water, lowering the educations of certain areas, disregarding to give resources or redlining. I'm not finna go into that. I'm not finna go into that conversation. But this is what we're talking about. When we talk about the structure, and when Toxic Tom brings up the infrastructure of the GM and the management, because they don't operate out of pure football knowledge. They operate out of, quote unquote, emotions. Emotions. So we need to add to Kenny Clark. We need to have better edge rushers. We need to have a big fat boy that got grease all over his knuckles and just wobbly, out of breath guy to sometimes add to Kenny Clark. And if you go back and if you look up the Green Bay Packers, they had a guy named Wyatt, right, that they could add to Kenny Clark. Who is all Wyatt? You know what I'm saying? It's Osa. Technically, Osa and Kenny Clark are the same person, but Kenny Clark is a tad bit better than Osa. So we still, when teams said, okay, damn, they do have Clark, let's stop, let's not even try to run. But what happens is that over a period of time, tape will catch up. So what teams would do, they'll watch this Carolina tape, they'll double jam him and say, hey, let the other guys win their one-on-ones. And that's how he get washed out. Angie Rebel says, Law, the Joneses would tell you that's why they drafted Jay Toya. And you're right, baby. You're right, baby girl. Shoot. And it's gonna take him a little while in order to get back to getting going, Yeah, it's going to take him a minute. Let me see if I catch this first part of this interview. And I know y'all don't want to hear this, but it's like scratch clawing on the chalkboard, Yeah, let's see if I can catch that first part.
Yes, on 105.3 The Fan. Good morning, Jerry, and happy birthday.
Hey, well, thank you very much, guys. And first of all, I would have liked to have celebrated that birthday with a big winning candle on the top of some kind of cake, but still, that's the way it goes. That's probably the first birthday that I've ever had that I wasn't celebrating a victory of some sort. And if you believe that, then we're really all in trouble. So when you've had as many as I've had, then you've got to be ready to do some celebrating when it's not exactly going the way you'd like it planned. On the other hand, what birthdays do, it really has caused you to really step back and take a look at the whole picture and count your blessings and just be proud to be in the hunt, be proud to be competing. I'm all of the above. It's a privilege to be here and face the music with you guys this morning.
Well, thank you for doing it, as always. Some media alarms were set off when you did not speak after the game. Could you just address that and also give us your first public comments on the Panther loss?
That Carolina setup over there is a long, long way from the area you sit in. And that was as much of it as anything. Secondly, yes, there was a frustration because we had such a good chance to win that game at the end. I thought it could go our way after basically holding the lead, yet physically getting pushed around a little bit out there. All of that probably
told on himself.
Didn't make me just be all that urgent to get over there and visit with everybody. And I've done that from time to time. This isn't the first one of those, especially those road games.
Jerry, I know that I heard you on Friday with the guys talk about the league being designed for parity. We saw 2 upsets last night. But still, when we go up and down the schedule, right, part of the fun of being an NFL fan, we're like, that's a win, that's a win. Were you extra disappointed?
Man, let me just go and pull these gloves off right quick. And I get it, you know. Hold on, we got a super chat. J Diz. I'm gonna see if AI teacher gonna read this one, you know.
J Diz.
Yeah.
$5. He lying. He lost for the past 29 years. Face with rolling eyes. Toxic Tom said it best. It's a lost cause waiting on the Joneses to be competent at football operations.
Now, Jerry Jones said, now, this is messy law. I'm going to be messy. Grade-wise, because if you're going to go by grades, I'm going to ask you all, who, and I'm only bringing up MP name for this reason. And I know y'all tired. I know y'all tired of hearing MP. But if we're talking about grade-wise, since he brought up grades, and there's only one grading system that's out there publicly, and it could be some other grading system, but the only grading system that I know is PFF. If we're going to go by grades, if we're going to go by the Jerry Wayne Jones philosophy, who graded out higher on stopping the run last season? Was it MP or was it Kenny Clark? Can y'all put that down in the chat? Just put it down in the chat. Who graded out higher as it relates on stopping the run? Was it MP or was it Kenny Clark? Y'all can put it down. Put MP in the chat. Put Casey in the chat, you know, if it's the other fella, if it's Kenny Clark. Because I got to say this. Yeah. We on early, baby. Yeah, and Jay Toya is a rookie. Let's give him his time to develop. He's not going to be ready year one. And one can argue he's not going to be ready year two. He's going to be blossoming to a good situation around year 3. Is he ahead of Mozzie in Mozzie years 1? Yes, he is. All right, so grown man named Kenny, right? Nobody. MPPP, yeah, Micah. So when I pull this up and I look at this, I'm not even going to pull up Micah's stuff because I'm frustrated. And it's too early for all of that. I don't want to have gray hair growing everywhere. You know what I'm saying? All right, so when we start looking, and I know we don't want to use grades, but this is what Jerry Jones said as it relates to this. He said, all right, Kenny Clark is grading out good across the board. He got a 56.5 overall grade, and like I said before, he is known as a pass rush interior defensive tackle. He's never been a run stuffer. Now, according to these grades, he got a 41.5 on stopping the run. According to how they grade, that there are 168 interior defensive tackles that's doing that part on the field better than him. As far as pass rushing, he got a 70.1. There's only he's 40th. He's 40th out of 192. So just for what it is. So he has 6 solo tackles, 2 sacks, 0 forced fumble, 5 assists, batted passes none, 18 pressures, 2 hits on the quarterback, 14 hurries, 7 stops. So those are his stats. His total on the premium stat looks, he is run defensive snap 104, pass rush defense snaps 167. That is his stats to this day. Now, let me pull up Jeffrey Simmons. Yeah. Who's a more well-rounded guy. Now, I'm not finna sit back and say that Jeffrey Simmons is better, but damn it, he is better. And he will be a better plug for us if we add to this particular situation so that we can get someone that can help us out immediately. If we are trying to improve this defense, and this is what we got with Jeffrey Simmons, who's 6'4", 305. He's still young. He's 28. He had a 91.3 pass rush, who's better getting off of his jab, off of his releases, quick snap, get upfield. He have an 85.3 overall grade in his rushing defense. He's 62 out of 192. So if I'm a betting man, 62.4 is a whole lot better than the 40s, right? And the Tennessee just fired their head coach. They already, before they fired their head coach, they said that they are willing to move on from Jeffrey Simmons for a 2nd-round draft pick and I believe a 4th. I would do this because it doesn't matter who you can find in the draft. They would not be of the kind of caliber year 1 of a Jeffrey Simmons, year 2 of a Jeffrey Simmons, year 3 of a Jeffrey Simmons. It's going to take them anywhere 4 to maybe 5 seasons. He already had 5 sacks for the season. He had 1 forced fumble. He had 20 solo tackles. 20 solo tackles, 3 assists, 16 hurries, 6 hits, 27 pressures, 18 stops. And this is from the inside. So, Cowboys, if we really want to improve this defense, let's stop playing around with our food, bring in Jeffrey Simmons, and let's get this thing going. Yes, indeed, let's get it going. How much do you want? How much do Jeffrey Simmons want? I don't give a dog what his payment will be. We have enough money. We have enough money. We do have enough money. And that will be a situation whereas we can go after a team. We can go after a team that's pretty much waving the Titans flag, and we can have a better defense that can help us out. Now, far as our linebackers, Jerry Jones did say in his interview he's waiting for Overshawn to get back and all of this stuff. I get it. We want what's good for this team. We want what's good for this organization. We are not crying over here. We just trying to tell the truth. And if the shoe fits, wear it. You know, all of that good stuff. But what I want to say here is that I'm going to go and pull up. Let's pull up the Titans. I'm going to pull up the Titans again. And we're going to see, since they're on a fire sale, they just released their coach, right? Tennessee Titans. And I'm going to pull up their inside or their linebackers and see what they got. They're 1-5, by the way. Yeah. All right, we got a super chat.
Ward family $9.99. Good morning, Law. Do you remember signing my cowboy hat last year in Dallas with Mark Holmes? Do you remember signing my cowboy hat last year in Dallas with Mark Holmes?
Nah, Ward. Just by the name Ward family, and you know, if you got a picture you can send to me maybe, but just by name, I've signed a lot of things, but I really appreciate you for the $9.99. Hope all is well. If you're gonna come to the game this weekend, let me know, and hopefully we can pull off a surprise victory versus the Washington team. That would be a plus for us. But, hey, I appreciate you, the Ward family, and all of the Wards that's out there. And I appreciate y'all so much, man. I got good memory, but I don't have excellent memory like that. But I appreciate you. Where were you? Absolutely. What you look like? How tall are you? How tall are you? Are you light skin, dark skin? What melanations are you? I don't know, Ward, but I really appreciate you. I remember we wasn't too good last year, though. Yes, indeed. Let me pull up a linebacker that can help us out now, and we got to be able to be proactive. Let me see, Mario Davis. Let me see. Let's see. DeMario Davis is a guy that I know that he's a long in the tooth, but he would be a great impact for us. We know Sanborn is done. We do know that Kenneth Murray, I don't know where they calling him K9, and he shouldn't be associated with anything with a K or a 9 outside of his name is Kenneth Murray, and he likes to wear number 9. But he don't have the best pass rush. But DeMario Davis, he's excellent in run defense. He already he's 5th out of grading all of the 137 linebackers. You bring him to the table, that would help alleviate some of the clogs of the minds that we have on run fits. He have 33 solo tackles so far, 14 assists, 1 forced fumble. And he can't cover now because your passer rating allowed is 124. But he will be a guy that can be great for us. He can give wisdom and understanding to the game, and he would help out us tremendously. You know what I'm saying? What about Kendricks? Eric Kendricks, that would be a very good pickup for us. I think that Eric Kendricks got at least 6 or 7 more games in him and a hair commercial. You know what I'm saying? So I would pick up Kendricks. I would pick him up in a heartbeat. I would definitely. Law, I'm watching First Take, and they're dogging our defense, saying we giving up 400 a game. At this point, somebody need to dog the Cowboys defense out. I heard earlier today, and I was just strolling. Trying to get my coffee together. And shout out to Frenkel and Frenkel Personal Injury Lawyers. I almost spilled the coffee all over me. I heard today that, let me see if I can just pull it up. Because I was like, wait a minute, what Twilight Zone I'm in, Let me see if I can find it. Here it is right here.
Cowboys lost yesterday, and they lost because their defense is a quarterback stimulus package. Everybody, Bryce Young has never been more comfortable. He couldn't have been more comfortable sitting on a couch watching the game. Dak is on fire. 11 total touchdowns, no picks, last 3 starts. I mean, Dak.
Man, what is going on? What Earth are we? Are we still on Earth 1 or we moved to Earth 13? What is going on?
Dak is absolutely on fire. He's playing great football, but he can't play linebacker. Maybe they should consider it. Right now, the Cowboys allow opposing quarterbacks 117 passer rating, and I'm told by my team this morning that's the highest since they've kept track of that stat.
Where we at, y'all? Y'all hear this man?
Never been a defense this bad. But I said, when they traded Micah, you're going to lose this trade for a year. It's the Shaq Kobe trade. You're going to lose it for a year. Remember when they chose, we got to move Shaq, not Kobe. And for a couple years, it looked really bad because the Heat were ready to win a title. But the Cowboys have 2 first-round picks. It is a draft that is rich at corner and edge rusher. And they're going to use all their picks in the first several rounds to draft a defense. They don't need a quarterback. Dak is healthy and playing great. The George Pickens move, I looked at it and I thought, oh, Pickens is a one-year deal. I'm not so sure now. Dak's maturity has really tempered George Pickens' kind of, high maintenance. So maybe that's a tandem that works. You can pay 2 receivers.
Now you can pay 2 receivers. Don't nobody want to hear, man, we going to be good, y'all. That voice, hey, T-Jack, that voice still annoying. Yeah. Rather hear cats sing at night, right? In the alley. Don't nobody want to hear, man, Cowboys, man, we going to be good, man. In 2029, we're going to be good, boy. We're going to be fine in 2029, boy. We're going to be unstoppable in 2030. Nobody want to hear that because that's not how football works. That's not how football works because in 2029, your quarterback can go down. In 2029, your running back can lose his ankles, In 2029, the world can stop. You got to win now. You got to be looking at it now. Nobody want to be talking about, hey, man, boy, we're going to get these boys, man. Just wait. Just wait. Yeah. By that time, Matt Eberflus going to have the defense humming. Matt Eberflus probably won't even survive the end of this year. And like Toxic Tom, that's not how life works. You failing in every category talking about, well, hey, and next year, we're going to be the best. How? You're not doing the best with what you got now.
I mean, you got to hit on some free labor in the draft, but I watched Dallas's offense. They look reasonably well coached. Dak's on fire. But this defense made Rico Dowdle look like Earl Campbell. I mean, they gave him the ball 30 times. He rushed for over 200 yards almost.
This offense look good now. There's two sides. There's 2 sides to every coin. What you mean, Law? Where's your faith at, Law? Well, what happens when the other teams start picking up your tendencies? You got to understand this offense look good now. It's because they don't know who Schottenheimer really is as a head coach and as a play caller, even though he's been calling plays for all of these years. They don't know the dynamics. Just like the week before, everybody was giving praises to the offensive line. 4 guys who haven't played together, 4 backup players on this front 5 with 1 true starter. Wasn't a lot of tape on them guys. So now what people did was they looked at the tape and they said, oh, you can win against Brock Hoffman this way. TJ Bass have a tendency to open wide better that way. You can start picking up the tendencies and use that against you. These other teams are getting paid millions of dollars too, is what I'm getting at. And that's why it's such an important thing. Go back and watch the documentary. When the Cowboys, when Jimmy Johnson won their first Super Bowl, they hit everybody like, hey, by surprise. They said that team wasn't even ready yet. It wasn't ready for what the Cowboys were bringing to the table. Here you go. You got this young running back. You got this young quarterback. You got this young wide receiver. And they're getting no praises as it relates to the defense. The team hit everybody by surprise that they had the number 1 or the number 2 defense. Look it up. And not one single praise. They were still talking about Washington at the time. They were still talking about the Steelers and the 49ers. And here's this young team that was flying under the radar, which is very impossible now, that they had all of their arsenal plus the number one or the number two, respectfully, defense. It was to a point, ladies and gentlemen, that I believe, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, not one person on that defense who they had the number one defense in the National Football League was granted to the Pro Bowl or made All-Pro or something like that. Because they hit you with the surprise. And by the time they were trying to catch up, it was too late. We was on the second Super Bowl. Well, this defense, everybody knows that this defense is garbage can. Juice. Let the AI speak. She up now.
Diz.
Yeah.
J Diz, $5. Resources need to be poured in at this point to get the Jones family out of ownership and football operations. Man shrugging dark skin tone. They're a lost cause, y'all.
Very much so. No, yeah. Jeremy Betts states no Pro Bowlers in 92. Modern day Cowboys, the whole team, and that's let you know that this is all just a popularity contest. The whole team would have been a Pro Bowl if we picked it. If this team had the 92 Cowboys defense, the whole entire team would be in the Pro Bowl. You know? Yeah. The whole entire team. Yeah. That's what I'm getting at, man. So I'm just telling y'all how it is.
In that Carolina loss with you guys being favored and just looking at the other games on your schedule, is that one that stings extra because of what people thought was going to happen?
Yes, very much. I'm just like you. I go up and down that schedule as well. The reality of it, though, and I don't think it's unique to me either, is I realize how much parity we've got. And the real thing about it is on any of these games, on any of these times as you evolve through a season, any of these teams can beat each other. And that's the real world. That's what makes this thing so interesting. And you shouldn't have any gimmies on that schedule. If you're not getting in there about 500 in the NFL, you really need to also check your whole card, because it's set up for you to be 500 with the way we draft, the way we trade. The lower teams are always the first to get the best shot at the best players. The way this whole thing is set up from a structure standpoint, then the thing that changes that as much as anything, of course, is a lot of times teams get on quite a run. They get on a run with some good quarterbacking, and we've got good quarterbacking. But they get on a run with good quarterbacking, and they change up what parity normally is. I think I saw today where with Romo and with Dak Prescott, I think I may be off by one, but we're either the sixth or seventh winningest team in all the NFL over their tenure, which is almost 20 years, to give you an idea of how close this thing is. Yet we're disappointed because we don't have a good record of appearance in the playoffs, which is really what it's all about. Nobody really does roll back and look at the fact that you're at the top of the league and winning percentages, winning games. That's not the way you look at it. You look at it on a season-by-season, playoff time of year by playoff time of year. That's as it should be. I love it. And consequently, you can have some teams that might not have had consistency throughout the years or that particular year, and that team can step up there and win that Super Bowl. It's a great league.
Jerry, you had said in years past that you were sick to your stomach that you didn't get Romo to a Super Bowl and get him a ring. We're, almost 10 years into Dak's career. Do you feel the same? Are you starting to feel the same way about Dak, that you're kind of wasting?
Before he go, Romo is one of the greatest Cowboys quarterbacks to throw the ball. I'm on record saying that coaching been an issue when I was watching football in my earlier time frame of Romo career, I said if we just had a different coach, Romo would have had him at least an appearance in the Super Bowl. At least had an appearance. I counted 2 to 3 Super Bowls that he would have been in if they just held on to Bill Parcells. Coaching matters. So we had to go through growing pains with Jason Garrett, and we all know that. Jason Garrett had no business being here for 13 years, 13 seasons.
Quinton Warner, $9.99. Law, if this delusional owner keeps saying mess like we're waiting on Overshown, you could potentially be 2-9-1. Why bring him back? He would just be practicing. I hope not. Go get some players.
Yeah, and that's one of the things, Quentin, that we all can see. Like the sense of urgency, the lack of sense of urgency is at this table. And to be really concise with what I'm about to say is that coaching being an issue. But not just when I put in the title, history repeats itself. What was oh my gosh, man, I'm gonna cry here, man. This is crazy. It's crazy because it's so real. And I'm not thinking like yes, Brian Schottenheimer is a better version of God doggone Jason Garrett. Oh my God, he's a better version of Jason Garrett. He's way better version of Jason Garrett. But one of the Achilles heel of Romo in the system, even though he had Jason Garrett, was not just the offense. It was the damn defense. If we were to be real with ourselves, and if Jerry Jones was real with himself, he should have walked into that room in 2007 and told Wade Phillips, hey, I'm the owner. I'm going to hire you to teach my favorite, Jason Garrett. He's going to be the head coach. You're going to be the defensive coordinator. I'm going to still pay you guys the same. But in my mind, I can see him lifting up that Lombardi trophy with me. Take it or leave it, but he's going to be your head coach, and you're going to be the defensive coordinator. And I think that as docile as Wade Phillips is, even though every coach would like to be a head coach, Wade Phillips is never a great head coach. He's always been a great coordinator. I think that would have went on better because this defense went into a spiral, a downward spiral, the moment Wade Phillips left. We went through the years of Rob Ryan, Monty Kiffin. For Monty Kiffin begot, shout out Shauna John, since we're going to put the biblical approach to it. We went from, I got to say it this way, we went from Wade Phillips, who begot Rob Ryan, who begot from Rob Ryan, to Monty Kiffin, who begot Papa Rob Marinelli, who begot a conversation of a situation of the Cowboys feeling some type of odd way that Matt Eberflus left the system and they didn't want Matt Eberflus to leave, and he left, and they had Chris Richard. but by the Cowboys being stuck in their ways. They said, Chris Richard, you good. We like your energy, but we can't give you defensive coordinator job by name. You know what I'm saying? But you can't have it. No. We can't give you defensive coordinator by title, but we can give you defensive coordinator by name, because at the end of the day, you're going to have to adhere to Rob Marinelli. So we're going to not give you the position. We're going to give Rob Marinelli the defensive coordinator deal, but you're going to do it by name, but not by title. It was kind of crazy. And then from there, I'm teaching y'all some history. From Papa Rob Marinelli / Chris Richard, right, who's been exiled from the NFL, who's been blackballed from the NFL from some of the things that he said about the organization, but there's a whole nother conversation, which is too deep. And then he begot Mike Nolan. From Mike Nolan, who begot, you know what I'm saying? Oh my gosh, Dan Quinn. And from Dan Quinn, who begot Mike Zim. And then for us to do a whole 180. It was 180, right? Yeah. All the way back to scoop up Matt Eberflus, to go back to the trash that we were at defense. Because keep in mind, y'all got to understand the lineage, the historical reference, the whole tree of who Matt Eberflus is during those dark times when our defense was bottom of the earth. And it was when we had Rob Marinelli, Monty Kiffin type of years. And that is who Matt Eberflus is. So that's why it looks all familiar of us having this horrid defense. And because it's the same thing. It is literally the same thing, Cowboy Nation. The history is repeating itself. The same defense that we had when Romo was here is the same defense that we have now with Matt Eberflus. It's the same concept. It's the same principle. The same times that we used to talk about Brandon Hughes' car is now been transferred over to my guy Trayvon Diggs. He look like Brandon Carr? Don't he look like Brandon Carr? Come on with it. Don't he look like Brandon Carr? The same. Look, the only difference is now we don't have a DeMarcus Ware. We don't have that. You know, we might draft a DeMarcus Ware this year, you know, or 2026, and the defense may look a little bit better, but it's the same thing, baby. Yeah. Yes, it is. It's a full circle. Yes, it's the circle of life, you know. Oh my gosh, man. And we keep getting the same defense retreads because Mike Zim was here even when Parcells was here. So yeah, this defense been the same. We're stuck in purgatory. we can't have good things. Robert Saleh was right there. You could have threw a new wrinkle in, you know. You could have just said, you know what? Hey, you know what? Matt Eberflus is cut from the same cloth of Monty Kiffin and as well as Rob Marinelli. It's the same thing that we had all of these years of us not being successful. Let's just bring in something new. But no, we bring it's not, oh my bad, Mr. Glenn, I'm sorry, it's not 180, it's 360, my bad. So we circle around and we back to the same spot, my bad. So it's 360. I know y'all getting me. I just haven't had all of my coffee yet, but it's 360. We're back at the same spot. Oh my gosh. Call Dave Wanstead. Yeah.
The time.
Listen properly.
Yeah, we've had great quarterback play for 10 years. And we had it with Romo for 10 years. And the word wasn't a mistake. The word was it was unfortunate because you were sitting there, and what happened during those spans is that you were the fifth, sixth winningest team in the NFL during those spans when they played there. Yet their playoff records are not in that category of when I say their playoff records, the Cowboys' playoff records, not theirs. It's not completely on their shoulders. But you realize a chance
it's your
missed.
record.
I'm a big believer in getting up around the rim, and because of the ambiguity of availability, injuries, because of the very if you will, the way the ball bounces. Like I said, we're fifth or sixth and all wins over that period of time, and yet at the same time, we're disappointed because we haven't smelled a Super Bowl.
We the fifth. Hey, it would have took me if he'd have said we the sixth or the seventh. That would have took me off, boy. I would have been waking up like, hey, John, Moses, Paul, Peter, hey, Mama, I see y'all. I'm in heaven now. If he'd have said, yeah, we sixth or seventh, of winning, like that's supposed to be something that we supposed to put on a mantle. Hey, we went from being known as a franchise of winning Super Bowl to now accepting the fact that in the last 20 seasons, 20 years, that we're fifth or sixth in winning, Oh my gosh, boy. Hey, just tap me up out of here, man. Law, where you going, man? Yes, indeed.
You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it.
Oh my gosh.
And that's frustrating. That's disappointing with Dak. We've had some outstanding teams, had him early, had him with Zeke, and have had some great offensive lines. Dak's been we've been very fortunate to have had the type of protections and running games that we've had generally during Dak's career. And that's great. It's really good stuff. And consequently, and we've also had days when we had trouble stopping the run during that time. And I'm not being facetious, but we have had.
Yep.
As a matter of fact, when we get down to these playoff games, the thing that usually is our Achilles heel is that we can't stop that run. And that's, believe it or not, that's what we're addressing and what we've been trying to address with on our defensive front.
Mama said there'll be days just like this, ladies and gentlemen. Let's pull up the Dallas Cowboys. And shout out to everybody. What is he talking about? God help this man, Quentin Warner, boy. All right. Hey, if this man, all right, stopping the run 101, I want you guys to know that what embodies stopping the run are your front seven. Your front seven is responsible on stopping the run. And your interior, these guys plug holes. Whether now you got double A gap, right? And your linebacker's supposed to be able to fit and fill. Who is your run enforcer? By trait alone, all four of these guys, by trait alone, never been known for run stopping. I don't see a Vita Vea. I don't see a Haloti Nada. I don't see a Sam Adams. Ashawn Robertson. I don't see the other guy that we played against, Derek Brown. We don't have that here. And the Cowboys, for the life of me, Kenny Clark is 310 pounds, and he's supposed to be our run stuffer. And when I showed these clips, I know, I get it. You know, he planking right now. You know what I'm saying? Y'all remember that? You remember people doing that trend, everybody was planking. He planking right now. You know what I'm saying? And he going to be on the ground for a minute. Because what team's going to do is, they got tape now, baby. And they going to double him up, and they going to run right at him. And we're going to be talking about, hey, You know, look at all of these people, man. They would rather argue with me than to accept the truth. And this is what I said in this particular thing. And at the end of the day, Jerry Jones, this is his mouth. He said that Kenny Clark would be the savior on stopping the run. I didn't say that. I'm just repeating what he said. And people coming at me as if though I don't watch tape, as if though this is my first year ever doing this. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's crazy for me to tell the truth and have people to be mad at me.
Cowboys savior.
Hold on, let the AI speak.
J Diz, $5. Dallas media are grinning cat person shrugging dark skin tone male sign. Press this family on why they suck at football operations. It's very simple stuff.
Yes, indeed. Man, very simple stuff.
Cowboys savior on stopping the run. Kenny Clark, according to Jerry Jones, was on the ground plenty last game. Hopefully next game he will be ready versus the Washington. Remember, if you fall down, try to land on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up. Let's go, Cowboys. Your DC4L salute.
Yes, indeed, man. So, this guy right here says, bro, delete this. You don't watch the game. As if though he do, right? And as if though I'm not doing the play-by-play. And as if though we didn't do, and I'm not bragging. I'm not bragging. But dog it, for Cowboys content, I don't know if anybody, and granted, I'm not bragging. I'm just letting y'all know the truth. We did 40 million views last month alone across all platforms. I can say firmly, boldly with my chest that nobody is doing that. And let me hit it again. Hit them with it. Hit them with it. Across all platforms.
Nobody does it better. They can come closer than close. Yeah.
Nobody is doing 40 million views
they never will be.
Collectively on Cowboys content. I'm technically, if something moves or if something gives an inch this way or that way, I'm on it. So when people try to challenge the reach that I have, it's insane. Like, you can be the king of YouTube, right? You can have more views on YouTube, but do you have it on Facebook? You can have the most views on Facebook, but do you have it on Instagram? You can have the most views on Instagram, but do you have it on YouTube? I'm literally everywhere. This is what I do. I wake up, I brush my teeth, comb my beard, wash my face, and then I talk Cowboys. But at the same time, while I'm brushing and washing my face, I'm still looking at the Cowboys. Toxic Tom says, I'm him. Yes, I'm Himothy at this point. At this point, you can't erase the truth. And the truth of the matter is, yes, we are in a great situation, Cowboy Nation. We taking advantage of a great losing opportunity. Boy, when that ball slipped up out of that hand of the Washington team just last night, don't y'all know I'm sitting here like I done won the lottery because I know what this team is capable of. I know that all we got to do is we don't have to wait for next year is what I'm getting at. I'm passionate about this thing because when the Cowboys lost, y'all didn't know, I went last game when the Cowboys lost, I was in that place with all them people. I was mad. I was angry. I couldn't show my frustration. I went into the car and was like, whoa, I was punching everything. I was in there like, man, don't nobody show that emotions on the sidelines, on defense. And here I am, going play by play, damn near tears in my eyes. They didn't fall because I know the possibility of this team. And for anybody to say, hey, man, we're going to be good for 2026. Hey, man, we're going to be good for 2027. Hey, man, we're going to be good for 2028. When we have the moments right here We don't have to wait. You can go get a Justin Simmons or Jeffrey Simmons. You can go, it don't have to be Max Crosby. It don't have to be Myles Garrett. But you can go out there and pick up a DeMario Davis. Or you can go out there and still get those guys. Don't y'all know that we are not cash strapped like that? We are sitting on $33 to $35 million. We got in the next 2 seasons 4 first-round draft picks. Not 1, not 2, but 4. That's leverage. You can go trade and go get these guys now. But when I hear Jerry Jones talking about waiting for Overshawn to get back, waiting for Shavon Revel to get back, waiting for all of these guys to get back, for what? Because these guys is getting back, they haven't played in nobody's training camp. They haven't played nobody's preseason. And these guys, they're going to come into a game that's built by man, a physical game, that's going to try to show up and show out, and they're going to say, hey, this is a gladiator sport. We can get better now. That's what I'm getting at. Let me just play the rest of this, boy. Sheesh. Let me play the rest of this, boy.
Jerry Jones, 105.3 The Fan. Jerry, the toughest question we have for you today is the number one topic amongst the fans, and that is the status of Matt Eberflus and his job. Why is Eberflus still the guy to get this defense going in the right direction, and what do you say to the fans who want him replaced?
He's been in that, he's had tremendous experience. He's dealt with adversity with a long record, not only with us, but with his tenure at Chicago and Indianapolis. And he's had some great successes, had some very great successes, but he's had his tail kicked. That's who I want in the foxhole with me, because there's no such thing as having all the answers. And so when I jumped at it, when I saw we had a chance to get him, I still feel as strongly as I did the day we brought him in here. And these things that we're dealing with here are not 1, 2 major things. There are a lot of little things that you can address and get right, and you can adjust the nuances of them. And, for instance, the other day, we couldn't stop the run, yet we were within a possession. If we drive that ball at the end of the game, we got a good chance to win it. We were up all day for the most part. And so there's a lot of ways to win football games, and Flus is dealing with nuances there that we can adjust and change. And you do adjust, and you do change, and there will be that. What's interesting is that the way the game panned out was very, very on point with the way that our coaches planned for the game to pan out. We just thought we could get more stops. We thought we could physically do a better job with them, and they were able to scheme us a little bit. That to their credit. But we were in that game close enough. What I think I don't want to take too long on this answer, but Carolina is easy to overlook as a formidable matchup with us. They match up right good against where we need the work.
All right.
And so they were a tough opponent for us the other day. We almost pulled it off.
Jerry, a lot of stats are coming out kind of lining up this defense with some of the worst in the history of the franchise of Mike Nolan and Rob Ryan and Monty Kiffin. Is this defense giving you totally different vibes of what those were?
No, I remember all those defenses. If you look back, those coaches, Monty Kiffin's recognized one of the best defensive coaches in football. And you can go on through those names, and you'll see them. They all had their days. and I'm not going to name names, but you can keep going with really outstanding defensive coaches. Let me say this, defensive coaching in the NFL, it is an all-day sucker because this league makes its rules, and this league pushes toward offense, and that's good. I love that, and I love
you got the number one offense and the number 32nd ranked defense, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Sleeper is the number one fantasy sports app. It pays to know sports. Pick more or less on top players. Your first pick is on us, so start winning now. Play in Texas, Georgia, Minnesota, and 27 more states. Pick anytime across all sports, pregame or live. Over 10 million players are already on Sleeper. Make your picks count. Score up to 1,000 times your cash. Join today. Get up to $100 credit using code LAW. Call your shot on Sleeper. Download now.
No doubt, man. And with that being said, the hotline for your mind is 657-390-7391. Be sure to hit that line up if you want to jump in and give me your thoughts. Let's make it snappy and quick. I'm looking for, I might do some Waffle House or something like that. You know, I like Waffle House breakfast. But then again, I got an IHOP down the street too. Or I can go fry my own breakfast or something like that. I don't know. But, you know, neither here nor there. Y'all hit me up and we get things moving and grooving. But before we do further, we got to do the Tubi session for the nation. You know, you got to do the Tubi session. Got more commercials than Tubi right here. And I really appreciate y'all. But when you download, before we go further into another ad or what have you, be sure when you download Sleeper, y'all been doing a great job. They've been patting me on my back and everything, but please use promo code LAW. Notice that you get $20 on your initial deposit, and then it'll match up to $100. So if you put $100 in, you will end up with $220, right? So let's go ahead and do that and help a brother out. HBO me that way. And on top of that, this is another one that you guys got to add here too. Let's talk about control. And first and foremost, I'm talking about control body odor, and that's anywhere. And all you have to do is shop.mando and get $5 off of your starter pack, and that's over 40% with promo code LAW. Shopmando.com. Let's go. I use this body wash odor control, full body control with Mando. They have the product here, and they also have deodorant that you apply under the arm for 72 hours of odor control. You want to be in control. And speaking of control, they also have the product that you can apply all over the body, the invisible cream, and it also fights for 72 hours. Look, it's all about being in control. And with Mando, man, they control body odor anywhere. All you have to do is shop.mando, get $5 off your starter pack. That's over 40% with promo code LAW. Shopmando.com. Let's go and let's stay in control of your odor. I love it. Oh, get out of there, Michael Parsons, baby. Oh, yeah.
It starts from the first phone call. Most of the time, you're going to talk to Gene Burkett, a 30-year partner. You're not going to talk to some employee that just got put on the phones that day.
There are things that are so crucial, especially if it's a cataclysmic event, to have our experts get out and look at the vehicle, witness statements, photos, the whole thing.
Call Frenkel first.
Chosen by the people, feared by the insurance companies. Call Frenkel first.
Yes, indeed. That's 214. And all of the threes you can dial. And then there's 817 and all of the threes you can dial. Backed by the most popular law firm in the state of Texas, Frenkel, personal injury lawyers that have over a combined of 100 years of experiences. No, these guys are not vampires, but they will fight for you and drain the blood out of those insurance companies that try to take advantage of you. There's Frenkel, personal injury lawyers, located here in the heart of Dallas. If you can't dial that number, Just visit frankelfirm.com. I need to look up the origins of Frenkels, though. Wait a minute. I said, man, we combined 100 years of experience. Yeah, Gene! Don't tell me, man, you guys. I never seen y'all during the daytime, though. Now I'm down. Now I'm thinking, though. You know, I'm just messing with y'all. Law just lost Frenkel and Frenkel law for for calling them out. I was watching this movie, man. Abigail. Have you ever seen that movie, Abigail? It's on, I believe it's on Netflix, or is it on Peacock or something like that. But this little old bitty girl, you'd never, ever think, spoiler alert, that she was a vamp. You know, you'd never think, you know. So you just never know who you run up against, you know. Hey, there could be some Abigails over here, man. Have y'all seen that movie? Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Have y'all ever seen the movie Abigail? All right, I got the first caller, man, from the 214. You're live on the Nation, brought to you by Frenkel and Frenkel Personal Injury Lawyers, man.
Law, I would comment on that Abigail movie, but I kind of you sound like you want to keep the phone calls kind of quick. That may prolong the situation. So I'm not.
Go ahead, go ahead, bro.
So is the Abigail movie the one with the little girl who was really a grown woman?
Man, she about 1,000 years old, man.
Oh yeah, that was a good ass movie.
Hell yeah, it was a good movie, man. I watched it, man. The shoe had every light on in the house after the movie, man. I was like, man.
Yeah.
That
was a good movie for sure. But what I want to tell you was, I may have been wrong, and the reason why I'm gonna say his name is because I'm showing him love. When me and 100 Grand was talking on your channel or whatever,
right,
he said something about Matt Eberflus, and he was like, "We don't have time for him to figure his shit out. We don't got time for him to get all the pieces," because that's what I was on. I was like, I can see how his defense could work if you give him the right pieces.
Right.
I was wrong about that. He was right in the sense of, I'm right in the sense of, yeah, he need the pieces, but in the Bible it say, if you make do with the small things, I'll make you master of multiple things.
Yeah.
And so what Dan Quinn did, he didn't have a whole lot of superstars, all stars. Like he basically had Keanu Neal, DeMonte KZ, Doris Armstrong. He made the best out of what he had, and he had us ranked in top 10s or whatever he did. He made the best out of it, and now he a head coach. Matt Eberflus got to do the same thing. And if I'm not mistaken, he brought in Jack Sanborns and Kenneth Murray, and you know what I'm saying. He brought in like these spare pieces, but he's not making the most out of the spare pieces that he has. And we do not have time for him to get all these all-star, superstar players in order for his defense to work. And so that's going to cost him his job, in my opinion. You know what I mean? And so, and if you see Jerry Jones in them, you hear how he's talking. He don't have no sense of urgency to get these top of the line players like DeMario Davis, like he was talking about, Jeffrey. He don't have the sense of urgency to want to do that. And so, to me, the way it seems is you can see the elements of how great this team can be. I feel like, damn, that Dan Quinn defense, if you mix it with this Schottenheimer offense, that's a damn Super Bowl. Ain't nobody beat us. I don't give a damn what you got going on. Nobody is beating that team. You could put up the Pat Mahomes, the Eagles, everybody. You pull somebody up, they get knocked down straight up.
Right.
If you combine those two, and what I'm seeing is the Cowboys don't never like have two good coordinators at the same time. It's either you got a really good one and a bad one, or a really bad one and a good one. It's like they never match up two good offensive coordinator and a good defensive coordinator at the same time, or a good head coach, good offensive coordinator, good defensive coordinator at the same time. That's why we keep having these lapses in our team. It's not a full team. I want to get your opinion on that, Lord.
Man, that was a great point, bro. Here's my notion on that, man, and thank you for calling in, man. Let them hear you say it before I let you go.
How about the Cowboys?
How about them? That's Darius from the 214. Great way to put the olive branch out there. Sometimes, man, we go at each other, and it's because we're passionate, right? And when you're passionate about it, it's sometimes you want that point to be out there so greatly, right? And then you miss out on some things, and that's what Darius was saying about 100 grand. And I love that. And I live for moments like this, man. Me and my brothers, we didn't always agree with each other, right? Man, I didn't talk to my brother for weeks after my Cowboys lose. You know what I'm saying? Well, I love them, but man, they know I'm passionate about it. I heard Albert in the chat. He was saying, basically, hey, don't pretty much die over having so much passion about the Cowboys, because they will do that to you, right? But look, if the grand creator called me home because I passed away for being passionate about something, then that was literally my job to be here. Believe it or not, I'm willing to die for my passion. And if everybody lived that way, then lo and behold, you're living in your purpose with what you're passionate about doing, right? But at the end of the day, for what he's saying, if I can make a line of what could be the deal, is that outside of Mike McCarthy, of him going out getting Mike Nolan, I think that the Joneses have too much say-so of how they want this team to be built. I would love to know who Schottenheimer really had in mind of who he wanted as a defensive coordinator. Because in my opinion, Schottenheimer and Eberflus, they are not on the same page. I know for sure players will run through a brick wall for now out of Brian Schottenheimer. I don't know if that's going to be the same case or the scenario for Matt Eberflus. I don't know if I heard anybody saying, I'm willing to run through a brick wall for Matt Eberflus. I'm willing to play through the echoes of the whistle for Matt Eberflus. I don't know. And I could be 1.5% wrong. On top of that, I met Matt Eberflus at the Michael Parsons event, at the bowling charity event that he threw last season. This season, this off season. Bumped into Matt Eberflus. I introduced Von Miller to Matt Eberflus, right? And Matt Eberflus wasn't even aware that was Von Miller. So it's crazy in a sense. And I was like, hey, Matt, you might want to get him on your side, And I made the handoff, right hand to the man. So I don't know. And Matt Eberflus at the time was standing off. He wasn't the guy that was chatting and intertwined with the players like Shotty. So they are two different people. And I picked Matt Eberflus' mind, and I said, hey, Matt, what are your thoughts on Marshawn Nealon? And he blew up and said, Marshawn Nealon is going to be nice. And what we going to do with Marshawn Nealon and Michael Parsons, just wait. And I said, what is your number one thing? He said, we're going to stop the run at all costs. That was his words. In these last two games, all I'm seeing is people running on over us. Now, it's one thing versus another. His mindset could have been, man, I finally got that guy that I know for sure that I can work with. A Parsons, a Marshawn Nealon. That could have been his mindset. And he had to throw all of that away come week one. But he also need to be able to say to us, hey, this is going to be a longer process for me to process, because I didn't know that I wouldn't have this guy who generated over 90 pressures. They gave us over 14 sacks every season, right? Now I got to figure out if I can get Donovan Ezeraku there. I got to hope that Marshawn Nealon can stay healthy, Sam Williams can stay healthy, all of those things. But the problem is that even though he may have good intentions, being ranked 32nd in all categories and not being able to make the necessary adjustments is this right here. This is why I saved this video, because my guy Joseph spoke nothing but the truth in this particular parameter. And let me see if I can pull this up and listen properly. And this is, I'm not taking any shots at 105. I'm not taking any shots at these beat writers, beat reporters, or anything. I can talk freely. I don't answer to no one. I'm independent. These people, they are not independent. They get messages. They got to go to commercial break. They get people in their ear. They get people talking about this and that. Me, I can say something and be done with it. And can't get canceled. I'm Law Nation. But these guys, they got to fall in line. If they want to keep their job, they'll keep the lights on over their heads and stuff. I'm retired. But hold on, let's listen to this right here.
Very big fourth down play in the fourth quarter.
And it almost looked like it was schemed for that to happen, because if you look at the way they lined up, everyone was uptight on their guy, right? It was 4th down and 3. You should be uptight on your receiver, except Deron Bland. And immediately you saw Kenneth Murray, who was lined up at the line of scrimmage, sprint back over to that play. It almost looked like they were baiting it, but even the idea of that, though, having a guy that far off and baiting it with a guy who's at the line of scrimmage, like, that's just not enough time for Kenneth Murray to get back there. So if it's schemed like that, it's bad. If it was just played like that, it's bad. Overall, it's bad. And one thing I think you kind of alluded to this too. All I've heard my entire life, Calvin, is that...
Listen to this part right here. Joseph, that's my dog, man. He went from DLLS to Dallas News or Dallas Morning News. Listen to what he said on this. I'm going to rewind just a little bit.
Alluded to this too. All I've heard my entire life, Calvin, is that good coaches adapt to their personnel. Right now, it does feel like the Cowboys' personnel does not match with the scheme that they're running.
It's very big fourth down play.
Good coaches adapt to the players that they have to fit their particular situation. That is exactly what Darius said. Don't y'all know what Dan Quinn, the difference between Dan Quinn and Matt Eberflus is this one finite reason. Dan Quinn fell upon a generationally talented player. We don't have that here. There's nobody generationally talented. There's nobody even being whispered of being in the same room as LT. MP was, and I get it. The results are different. And that's what I want Cowboy fans to understand. I'm not banging the table for MP. Pause if necessary. You should. But y'all get what I'm saying. There's nobody on this team right now that's in the stratosphere of that. And we acting as if though that it is. It's a massive difference. And the only way we can get it, the only way we can get that in there is you go get a Max Crosby. I think that the Browns about to fire their coaches too. If you just say, hey man, I made a mistake, I go out here and go get Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett will be a situation whereas they plug 2 holes. He gonna be able to stop the run for you. He gonna be able to give you pass rush. I mean, you eliminate 2 things. Matter of fact, you eliminate 3 things with Myles Garrett. Right now, if the Cowboys say, you know what, we made a mistake, I know we can see down the line with these 2 first-round draft picks. Look, we will give the Browns next year's first and a 3rd-round draft pick, and for a kicker, a 2027, you know what I'm saying, 3rd or something like that, plus take on his contract, and just be done with it. And you just go for it. Myles Garrett will help. He will help that DB that line up on his side. He will help stop the run, and he will help create pressure. And you can be done with it. You'll be done with it. Myles Garrett plus Kenny Clark, oh my goodness. I guarantee it. You can book it. Only thing that you'll be worried about is like, can you guys stay healthy? I guarantee within 2 weeks, you won't be the 32nd ranked defense. I guarantee you, Matt Eberflus, you won't be talked about real bad. I guarantee just one player. Some people saying one player won't change enough. Shoot, are you what Michael Irvin at when you need him? Because some people say one player won't help.
Are you shitting me? Are you shitting me?
And you still will have enough money to pay Pickens, believe it or not. Just one player. I got from the 213, you're live on the Nation, and then we have the 607. 213, you're live. Talk to me.
So, what's good, Cowboy Nation? I need everybody to understand. Jerry Jones said it himself. This defense is not built for us to win. So, this last game I was watching, I'm like, you know, I got mad that we lost because you're going to get mad, but it's like you just said, we don't got not one player like Michael Parsons to even think that's going to help us. And then you look at Trayvon Diggs, his time is done. He can't guard not a ghost. He is getting killed out there. But, you know, we always got a good offense, bad defense, good defense, bad offense. It's really Jerry Jones' fault. And, you know, I heard your boy last night. He said it perfect. And I said this earlier this season, too. We're going to have to protest these Cowboys one day. Because Jerry Jones basically saying, you know, I'm still winning because I've still got the highest Cowboy tickets and our stuff costs the most. And right. So I'm still winning. You know, so we got to show him who okay, Jerry, okay. This is a 50-50 chance. You're just not going to be winning, and we're not winning no more. But love Cowboy Nation. How about them Cowboys, y'all?
How about them, man? Appreciate you, bro. That's from the 213. I'm trying to think about it. I don't have a rebuttal. I just have a situation that I want to say is he's 83. He got a video that says The Gambler. This one video that he made from Netflix is making more money than we hope to retire from. You know what I'm saying? From us watching as content creators or people that's watching in the chat. Like that one video, that one series is making money hands over fist. To break this down, I had people that say, man, I'm boycotted. I'm not watching the Netflix thing. Doesn't matter. Netflix paid them up front already. So we move that to the side. When we start talking about NFL revenue money, what they realized during the pandemic is that the NFL itself is recession proof, meaning that even if fans don't show up, we gain revenue. So us in general, who's only 5 to maybe 6% diehard fans, and it could be lower than that, there are more casual fans that would still show up. So even if we stop buying merch and if we stop showing up to games, by the time it affect his bottom line, he'll be off to see the Wizard. He's going to be gone from this plane before he even get a chance to see that droppage in money. So when we start talking about boycotting the Joneses, I want you guys to go to the game, look to your left and look to your right. And some of them people don't know what 3rd and 10 is. So if you go poll the people that's in the fan, and I'm not beating up the casuals, but they are there to enjoy themselves with some beer, wine, and eating $18 hot dogs on a 70-foot or a 60-foot, whatever yard screen. It's a whole entertainment thing. That's all I want to get at. And I'm not trying to tell y'all, don't boycott, don't go buy your merch. But I'm just letting you know, man, when you do that, it's like me whipping my Johnson out, going to the ocean and saying, I'm going to turn it yellow. It's not doing anything. It's an entertainment franchise. They don't feel the pain that we feel. Cause everybody who's still, all of these 16 people in this call line queue, shoot, y'all are dedicated. All right, from the 607, you're live. DJ, talk to me. Then we got Toxic Tom next. DJ, talk to me.
Hey, yo, you hear me good, Law?
Yeah, I can hear you, DJ.
Yo, man, you know what I'm saying? Yo, and you know what the crazy thing is, yo, you could tell you a real Dallas fan, like, and I'm 36. My birthday's Friday, and like I've been a Dallas fan since I've been 5 years old. I remember the Super Bowl versus Steelers when we beat Neil O'Donnell and them. Like that was the last time I felt like honestly, you know what I feel like? Every week I feel Jerry killing us. Every week I feel him killing us. And you know what? It's fun. You know what it actually feels good about? It actually feels good to talk about my quarterback. It's good to talk about Dak Prescott. It's good to talk about him, man. You know what's crazy? I can go walk in the circle and say, yo, he's playing as good as Pat Mahomes. Tell me he's not. Tell me he's not. And he's playing with less. What are you talking about? Every decision Jerry Jones made is out of ego. We're killing it. And guess what? We're losing, and you cannot tell me Micah's not happy. I haven't heard of Micah make a podcast yet.
Yeah.
I haven't heard one yet.
Yeah.
And you know what the crazy thing is? He's talking all this thing. He's trying to hype our defense up. You know what? It's not like it's not Eberflus. Our defense is trash. We can't do nothing. We can't do nothing. And you know what? We should be hyped playing the Commanders losing, and we've been losing. But you know what? We can't, because you know what? Even if Philly doesn't get it together, we're never going to get it together, because you know what? We're not going to make a move to get Trey Henderson. We're not even going to go study. We're not even going to make our – you know what the thing is? At the end of the day, no, this is the realest shit. It's going to come back down to Micah, because you know what? Even though at the end of the day, we have Micah. He helps us out with Bland. He helps us out with Trey Diggs. They look like all pros back there, because you know what? We got a pass rush. At the end of the day, when it's 3rd and 5, I know Mike is making that play. And you took him away from us. Jerry. You know what? What are you going to do with Pickens? Every time Pickens' price gets up and up and up, you're going to have to pay him like CeeDee Lamb, and we're going to lose him too.
DJ, man.
We're going to lose him too, man. And that's the dead truth, Law. Tell me if I'm lying.
Hey, man, I hope you are. Man, I hope you are.
Man, it hurts, bro, because I love our team. I love us, bro. I love calling you, bro, but I hate hearing you like that, Law. I hate hearing you like that, bro.
I know, man. And
it feels like I've known you my whole life, bro, when I call you.
I know, man.
You know what I'm saying? Because this Dallas shit is real.
It's real.
I lose every dollar on FanDuel on those guys. I don't care who they play. I don't care who they play. I'll take them versus anybody. Wait till we are on Thanksgiving. I'm taking them. Every dollar I make at Taco Bell, I'm taking them versus the Chiefs.
Man, come on with it. Cowboy gonna win all the way out, man. DC for life.
DC for life. Let's go, man. Sunday we taking it, Big D. Rise up, boys.
Yes, indeed. Man, that's a real good call right there. I thought I would never in my life have to say that Toxic Tom is going to have to follow up something like that. And I feel his pain. We want this team to win more than Jerry Jones want to. We don't care about the money, man. We don't care about the fame. We don't care about none of this stuff, man. We just want to win, man. We just want to be a normal team, man. I feel that dude, man. Look, he's telling the truth, man. And big egos is the only thing that's in the way with Jerry, edging God out for those who don't know what ego stands for. Just go back and say, hey, man, hey, Even his own lady, Jean, was in the side. She was laying in the bed with him. Won't even give him none of that. And she said, you're going to have to make this up with Jimmy now. You're going to make this stuff up. She told Jerry that in 94 or 93 or 94, 95. She said, what we going to do? I can only imagine Jerry laying next to Gene. She said, what we gonna do, man? You done messed this up. She probably told him, and Steven ain't yours. Oh my God. Oh my God, Toxic. Where you at, Toxic Tom? You was next on this. Where you at? Toxic Tom, where you at, man? I can't find your name in this thing, man. I saw you up in here. Oh my gosh, boy. Here you go. For the 717, you're live, Toxic Tom.
No, Steven is his. That is definitely an inbred child. That is definitely same thought process, same vacant look in his face. That is a Jones boy. You can't tell me any differently.
They just don't look alike. They look like the same age, but he don't look nothing like his daddy, though.
That whole family just gives me no shade on the family tree vibes. They all look the same with the wide eyes and that just that grin on their face that says the lights are on but nobody's home. That is definitely a Jones kid. So, and to the previous caller, hey, love the passion, man. You need to call Frenkel first. You've been injured. You need to go call them because you are due some compensation because these Jones boys do be killing you. So it's weird because you've touched on so many points, like the adapt or die. That's the difference between Dan Quinn and all the NPC boomers that they seem to hire that are stuck in their ways. I mean, you had Monty Kiffin, who's damn near on hospice, up in the booth, and he looks like what my Eberflus looks like right now. Like, it's insane that you are seeing this just play out so poorly and everything is okay. And I think people need to understand that the top commodity in the National Football League, what everybody wants is good players. You use draft picks to get good players. You use your money to get good players. You want to win, you need good players. That is what you always want. So when you are trading away an all-pro, a guy that is getting compared to the only defensive player in my knowledge to win an NFL MVP, and you're trading him to a team that's trying to win the Super Bowl, and you're getting in return a guy that they don't want. That doesn't make any freaking sense to me. And then you're going to try to turn around and sell it to people that this is the good plan. Secondly, if you're banking, which they're going to, by the way, if you're banking on draft picks to save you, they take time to develop. You have a 32-year-old quarterback who is playing out of his fucking mind right now. And you're just going to bank that you think or hope that these lottery tickets are going to get you out of this hole. You are a fucking idiot. There's no way. And the last thing I'll say is this. I love the gamble law. Love it.
Yeah.
And there is an ebb and flow to when you're playing cards. There's a time to be pragmatic, but there's also a time where it's nut-cutting time. And when you think you have a chance to take the pot, you don't fucking sit on your hands and hope the next card or thing falls your way. You go for it right there. If you lose, that's life. I can live with losing knowing that I fucking tried. I can't stand it when you posture, gaslight, and take these fans' money and promising them something that you know you will never fucking deliver. It's a shame because younger fans will never know how great this team was. All they will know is that this team has been a joke and that they will continue to be a joke as long as this inbred, backwoods, bumpkin-ass family continues to steal these people's money. I'm sorry, but this is a total lost cause until that man is taking his dirt nap. Y'all have a good day.
Man, that's Toxic Tom, man. Oh, my gosh, man. Hey, he did follow up well against DJ. Oh, my gosh, boy. We got some heavy hitters, man. I need to start going live around this time a whole lot sooner. Yes, indeed. Boy, I got all the all-stars up in here. Man, I got Unc, then I got B-Bird, and I see Big Amish, bro. Let's put a lot of, boy. I got all of the all-stars up in here, man. And I see Brandon Ross. Hold tight. Unc, you're live for the 205. Talk to me, man.
What's up, Law? What's happening?
Not much, man.
Man, let me say this to my Cowboy brothers and sisters. Let me tell you something. Jerry ain't finna do a damn thing. He won't even get that saw off his lip, so you know he ain't finna go get now another goddamn player. I'm gonna tell you that right now. We up here talking about baiting the receiver. Hell, we the one getting switched. It is what it is. This is what I'm talking about. Man, let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. He's sitting down knowing what the problem is. And you would take a chance on losing a whole season because you're right. Jerry, let me explain something to you. It's nothing wrong with being wrong. And see, that's the problem. When you got that much money, you just don't think you don't do anything wrong. But guess what, Jerry? Everything you have made, you will leave it behind. You won't be able to take it with you. You'll be gone for somebody else to spend your money. It's what it is. Let me explain something to you. I want people to realize this. Now, we playing against the Commanders Sunday. If we got this much confidence in our team, I'll tell you what, won't everybody go ahead and put up their house? Put up your house against $1 million that the Cowboys gonna win. Half of you ain't gonna do it. You know why? Because you can't trust the team. You can't trust the organization. What's going to happen, what is going to happen, your punk ass going to be outside with the rats and roaches. And I'm telling you, they need new friends. And you going to be one of them. Let me explain something to you, man. We ain't learning what's going on. We need to look at situations. My daddy stepped on a cockroach back in 1979, splattered his ass all over the place. Here it is, 2025. He do the same damn thing, and that roach is still living. What are we going to do? What about this guy out there in Waco, Texas, say he was Jesus? 2 weeks later, we seen his punk ass coming out of Lynch Crafters with some glasses on. See, we keep falling for it, man. Jerry is not going to do the right thing. He was ready for this whole organization to implode. Now, I told you, he wasn't their best friend that owned the Raiders. Al Davis showed him everything about the game. But do you know Al Davis never won another Super Bowl? Why? Because he did it the way he wanted to do. And Jerry's doing the same thing the way he wanted to do. And guess what? It ain't going to work, Jerry. So listen to the fans. How about take time out your busy schedule and listen to what we got to say, but you don't want to do it. So I'll say this in closing. I went and got my car washed, got me a nice haircut, and went back out to the car, and I had buried mess all over my car. I looked at all the other cars, and everybody's car looking nice and pretty. But that day, he picked me. So, Jerry, please pick us. We the one that will count out here. And if you don't, Jerry, you're going to lose. And you'll be going on to the other side. And we'll still be over here wondering when we going to get to another Super Bowl. Well, I want to get there before I'm in a goddamn wheelchair. I can tell you that. And I appreciate it, all.
Appreciate you, Unc, man. That's Uncle Charles, man. Oh, my goodness.
Sacrifice. Don't give up the fight. Everything will be all right on any given Sunday. Yeah. Depend on you if you win or lose. You know you got to pay some dues to live on Monday. Yeah.
I got B-Bird for the 409. Big Amish, hold tight. 409 B-Bird in the building. Talk to me, man.
What's up, Law? How you doing, brother?
Not much, man. Not much.
Hey, man. So I'm asking you a question, Law.
Go ahead.
Would you characterize our culture as soft or tough?
Oh man, soft.
So the thing that you want to do if you got a soft culture, if you really analyze if you're the owner, GM, man, you want to hire a ass kicking coach. To me, player-friendly coaches don't really thrive in that area, right? Like, the coach is already soft. We don't need a soft coach to come in with this. All he's going to do is add to it. And what I mean by a tough coach, just accountability, man. I'm talking about personal accountability. We've only had 2 of those in the last 30-something odd years, which is Jimmy Johnson and Bill Parcells. And we saw the turnaround of the culture then. But the reason why they won't get these type coaches is because they're type A coaches, man. Because they ain't going to take nothing off the players, but they also ain't going to take nothing off the Joneses. And that's where the Joneses have an issue with it at. Because they want to run this franchise how they want to run it. So they go get coaches to allow them to run that. If you go get a Belichick, man, he ain't going for that crap, man, for real. If you go get a Sanders or somebody like that, nah, man, you ain't going to have me out here looking bad in these streets. I'm going to call this thing like I want it. That's why they never even interview those guys. Like a Jim Harbaugh, they never interview a guy like that. Why? Because he's a football guy. We don't want no football guys here. We want puppets. And the thing about it is, if you go look at Shotty, the thing that Shotty has to do is he has to have the ability to hire his own defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
The Joneses have done that way too many times. They did it with Wade Phillips, right, with a Garrett. Then they did it with Kellen Moore, with our prior head coach.
Right.
And so they do that. They're controlling all these things. No.
And on top of that, they did it with Bill Parcells, but Bill Parcells had some pushback to Mike Zim and said, "Hey, you're gonna have to run it the way I run it, though, but we're gonna fix it." But they try to do it. At least Bill Parcells was able to fight back, and you're right. You onto something with Schottenheimer. I'm quite sure that he didn't have Eberflus as his go-to guy, but he may have had what's the guy, Aaron Whitecotton and all of them boys, right? And that's the influx. But keep going, keep cooking.
So when was the last time the Cowboys hired a head coach that was sought after? Like other teams wanted him.
I don't know. To a smaller point. And the Ravens really wanted Jason Garrett. They really wanted Jason Garrett. Because remember, in 2007 we had like the number one or the top five offense. And the Ravens really wanted him. And that's the only person that I can think of.
And that would have been a mistake for the Ravens, to be totally honest with you.
Oh yeah.
But the thing about it is, the Cowboys want coaches that are desperate for a job. When you're desperate for a job, now you got some commands that the Joneses give you. You got to go for it. Why? Because you want this job. So if you had, say, Jacksonville, Carolina, and Chargers wanted you, now you can call your own shot. Like, hey man, no, we're gonna run it this way. I'm gonna get my own offensive coordinator. I'm gonna get my own defensive coordinator and my coaching staff. I'm gonna call the shots on the whole coaching staff. Where Jones say, well, okay. I'll see you later. I'm going over here to the Chargers. They're gonna let me do it. They're gonna let the football guy run the football stuff. So you know what I'm saying? So the thing is that, to me, what they're doing is, I think right now, man, even with the let me go back to this. I'll say this for me.
Hey, B-Bird, man, I lost you, man.
Yeah. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Lon?
Nah, man, it's the Sonic man coming. But try to say something on the end, man, and so I can get you on up out of here. But, man, yeah, you lost the connection.
Okay. So, hey, we need a coach that's going to keep these guys accountable. We haven't had that, man, since Jimmy. We got to get somebody that's going to hold guys. We got to get the most out of our players. We're not getting everything we can out of our players. The effort's not there. Those guys aren't motivated. And you need somebody calling these guys out, man, in the media, saying, no, that effort got to be better by number 95. Call them out. I mean, what's the problem? I don't mind. Can coaches still do that in today's NFL law, do you think?
Outside of probably Dan Campbell, but Dan Campbell is in full control of his team. That's the coach that he handpicked on defensive side, and you can see how that culture is seamless across the board, right? I don't think that Schottenheimer has that yet, and I don't think that he's going to be privy to that. Appreciate you, B-Bird. Thanks for calling in.
Hey, I appreciate you, bro. Yeah.
Good call from B-Bird. I just – like the team talked about physicality. That's the identity of this team. We want to be physical. We want to be fast. And we are seeing most of that on the offensive side of the ball. And it's ironic that the offense is number one now, or top 5 offense. But on the defensive side, I get it. We don't have the kind of caliber of talent We got guys still coming off of recovery, but that doesn't mean, put it like this. I kid you not. The play, I want you guys to go watch. Mears Live foul. He had the only sack in that game. How did they get that? Blitz, being aggressive, playing physical. It's not a choice. This is what you're supposed to do. It's not an option. You're supposed to do that against a 5'8.5" quarterback. You're supposed to give him different looks. You're supposed to show him one thing and give him another, right? And by them only blitzing that one time, they were successful. They rewarded him by putting him on the bench the very next play. If you know that Mears Live foul is a downhill, good physical guy, then do that for him. Even for Kenneth Murray, I said, and I got a few people to give a pushback, I said that, hey, he shouldn't be called K9. That dog don't got no teeth. That dog don't hunt, right? Any K9 that I know is you're going to see it and you're going to move to the other side of the street, right? So what I'm getting at is that this team, we have every capability or possibility to be aggressive. Fight or flight. Even a skunk can spray some stuff on you, and get you up out of there. A porcupine got needles. A possum play dead. Got sharp teeth. At least you can look at the teeth and say, hey, them teeth can bite. Let them get a hold to you. But we're docile. We are the sheep of the NFL. When I say docile, that means that we don't have any aggressive tone. Can we at least be a ram? A ram will at least run over you. But a sheep is only dependent upon who is caring for them. They have no sharp teeth. Their hooves are made to just walk. And they fluff and soft and cute and cuddly. I don't want us to be sheeps. All right, I got from the 202, you're live on the Nation, brought to you by FrenkelFirm.com. Talk to me.
Hey, Law, I'm sobering up still.
It's moonshine.
And then hearing Jerry Jones as well, and thank you for putting that out there. But come to the conclusion, a sobering conclusion. He's evil, and so is his spawn. They look like they should be. Look, they don't need costumes for Halloween, that's for sure. And they should be. Holidays are coming up. They probably create their own Shriners commercial the way they look. Mm-hmm. But all they're doing to us, and it's evil again. But for breakfast, they give us bull milk. Then they give us crap sandwiches for lunch and dinner, and to top it off, they give us the ice cream covered doo-doo. That's dessert. So. And at this point, I got to consider that this is a rigged system, at least from Jerry Jones. He's rigged it. The NFL's like a cartel. There's no way that an average or reasonable fan believes that Jerry Jones wants to win. I think that's clear from the video you played. Right. He doesn't care about that Super Bowl. So it leaves us with another conclusion. Well, if it's not the Super Bowl and you keep toying around and not doing what you're supposed to do if you wanted to win, he's just controlling the whole. It's a show. It's entertainment, as you pointed out earlier. And he wants control. That's why he has Eberflus and maybe to some extent Shoddy. Shoddy's never going to have that ability to put in what he called the best, basically the greatest assembly of coaching staff that's ever been made. He did say that. But it comes down to control. Jerry is in control of everything. And just like he walked out, and this goes to the SA case, just so you know, his trial set for July 20th of 2026 in the SA case. And he walked out of a deposition. So he didn't want to answer questions. He just walked out of a deposition under sworn testimony, walked out, didn't care about the lady's attorney asking him questions. He just said, I'm going to walk out, and never had any legal justification for it. But they're going to trial, so Jerry's going to have a lot to say, or he's paying up a lot of money not to say anything. We'll see how that turns out.
Definitely going to see how it goes, man. Appreciate you, big homies, man, for calling in.
But let me leave you with this. And we always love our Cowboys, and we always want them to win, and we will always want them to win. But DC for life, and how about them Cowboys? Y'all.
Yes, indeed. I'm still feeling great about that. Yes, indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, man, I got the 815, and then I have the 301, and then I have the 860, and Kobe 817. So 815, you're live on the Nation. Talk to me. You're live. Talk to me.
Yeah, Lau, I understand you said boycotting the Cowboys wouldn't work, and I'm never gonna boycott the Cowboys. But
Right.
I will say this: if you nibble at the edges enough, I'll give you an example like the NFL.
Right.
The NFL was getting boycotted, and people was like, "Oh, it's not gonna work," which led to Jay-Z owning the halftime show. So if you don't think that boycotting works, all I just say, just look at this situation with how Jay-Z even became like the leader of the Super Bowl halftime show. It's because people was not watching, nibbling at the edges enough to where it caught the NFL attention. That's all I got to say about that.
Yeah, it
But
caught
anyway,
their attention, but the artists is that they got to go out there on the field to perform at halftime. They got to pay. NFL still wins, you know. I give it what you're saying. I give it what you're saying far as overall, collectively.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that was a massive issue. There are more casual fans than there are diehard fans. So us at the smaller percentages of us stop buying merch and stop doing this, I just don't foresee that that's going to hurt their bottom line when they're making hands over fists. And just recently, it's just been reported in the last few days that the Joneses are now valued at $15 billion with a B. And it's a long way from investing $880,000, right, in in a desolate area, and they hit gold as far as oil, right? And then from there, they took that money and purchased the team for $140 million. So he's a long way from $140 million, and they're valued at $15 billion. But I get what you're saying, though. But keep going.
Yeah, no. I just wanted to point it out.
Yeah.
Like I agree with everything you said, but I do think you can get their attention and whatever. But let's get back to the players on the field. I wanna make sure I carve out a small portion for all these idiots that came on Law Nation big platform and said we would be a better defense without Micah Parsons. Law Nation, you know all those clowns who said that. I would love for one day for you to put their name on the list and put it on the screen, so every time somebody brings this up, we can remember, oh, these are the dumbasses who said that. Next thing. Law Nation is a great follow on X. Law Nation put out a video. Basically he was saying, we got the defensive players. Do I think we got the defensive players to be top 5? Probably not, but we got good enough defense to where we should be at least 15, 14, 13, somewhere in that range. We have the people. We just don't. We might not have the big piece, which Michael Parsons was, but we let him go. Diggs, I think, is still a good player. Bland, I think he's okay. I don't think he's an outside corner. He's an inside corner. Don't know why he gave up that much cushion on 4th and 3, but he did. D-line. Sam Williams has regressed. Let's keep it a buck. Fowler, I don't know why he's still on the team. Nealon, I like him, but I haven't seen anything this year. Nothing. Honestly, I haven't seen anything since he came back from his injury last year. Let's move to the offense.
Right.
Now, I want to say this about NFL young boy. Law, it seemed like he does it with no effortlessly, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like, it seems too easy out there on the field. Like, we got 2 number ones, period, end of discussion. Our run game is really good. I want to get to Dak Prescott.
Go ahead.
Dak Prescott is playing out of his mind in another world, in another galaxy. I've never seen this type of Dak Prescott than what we're seeing right now. We've seen years where he was close to this Dak Prescott, but Dak is on another level right now. But I would point this out. We don't have any expectations right now. We hoping we can make the playoffs.
In closing, yeah.
In closing, Dak plays well when he has no pressure. I want to say this in closing. We still have a 10-win team, Law. We have a 10-win team. We have to. I think we have to keep that offense on the field as long as possible. I like our offense, but man, this defense is the devil. I don't know how else to put it. Shout out to Law, shout out to Law Nation, and shout out to all these people who come on this show and don't talk about the clowns who said Michael Parsons is the Dallas Cowboy defense would be better without Michael Parsons. You're idiots. Shout out to Law. I'm out.
Yeah, from the 860, you're live in the nation, man.
Law. Stop letting Slurpee slurp all over your damn mic. Did he just get up here and say my quarterback's playing without pressure?
Hey,
he's carrying the goddamn team, the franchise. Law.
Yeah, what up, man? Go ahead.
Lord, yeah.
Go.
Lord, I need a fair one. I need a fade. I need a sit down. This guy comes on here. He's lucky he ain't saying nothing about I think he knows now. He's feeling the pressure. Don't say nothing about my quarterback. But you get on here and you try to throw shade on him after you try to show him love, B. Yo, get out of here, man. We don't need clowns like you. It's clowns like you that slurp Jerry off, that make him think that our defense is high. When we traded away Micah, everybody's saying, damn, what's our identity of our defense? That was our goddamn identity.
Yeah.
And we're blaming Eberflus because this dude is incompetent. But Eberflus came in here thinking he is shit. At least I have him. If nothing else, I got this. His problem is he don't know how to effing adjust. And then we talk about we're going to boycott. Yo, newsflash, Jerry already cashed the goddamn TV revenue checks. Our little change that he gets at the goddamn stadium do not count his bottom dollar line. That showed during the pandemic. I wish we could boycott and it makes some sense and it moves the needle. It do not move the needle, B. What moves the needle is people like Law. It's people that got that air out there where people have to listen. We come on here talking about my quarterback. Don't have no pressure. You sound stupid as hell. All right, let me move on, Law, because I digress. I'm going to have to call my therapist after this slurping. Talking about my goddamn quarterback. No, don't mention my quarterback name out your mouth. Slurp on something else.
In closing, what else you got for me, man? In closing.
Yeah, I'm going to land this plane, Law, because, Law, what I don't understand, Law, is how does Jerry and his whole goddamn team not see the defense of this defense, I call it defense? This defense. It's Lord, I can't even watch it, Lord. I get up and walk out the room during our Diddy fence now, Lord. Yo, Lord, I'm not trying to stress out, Lord, but am I supposed to be optimistic? He's selling me opium? Now I went from hopium to opium. I gotta smoke on opium.
Man.
Shout out to Toxic Tom. Shout out to Sadiq. Shout out to shout out to Young Boy Home who came on here and was talking earlier. Yo, I told you, Brian Broadus, I need a fade. You're slurping now. For mentioning GP in a goddamn trade? Why would you even talk crazy like that? All right, I'm out of here, Law. I'm not the Cowboys.
All right, bro. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, man. Calling it. I got from the 817 Kobe Cowboy from the 817. You're live on the Nation, brought to you by 7-Eleven. Talk to me, man.
What's going on, my brother?
Not much, man.
Man, you need to have some callers today, man. You had some callers today. I don't even want to touch on I think VIP did his thing on that Dak, talking to the character that said all that about Dak, man. I just want to touch back, man. I don't know if the listeners got access to all 22.
Right.
But I advise everyone that's hearing my voice to find access to the all 22. And it's going to expose a lot of things that the coaches already know, but they're not making changes to it. And I understand why. What do you mean, Kobe? After you watch that Carolina game, you see there is no dogs on defense.
Yeah.
There's nobody on defense that is fighting. I mean, I looked at that all 22, man, and I haven't seen players play that soft in a long time. It
looked like, Kobe, they're not inspired to play for the coach, and I could be 1,000% wrong, but I trust my eyes, and they look like they are not inspired to play for this particular defense.
No, and everybody keeps saying these are players that are supposed to be fighting for the opportunities and jobs. These players are on one-year deals.
Yeah.
Most of the players that we are seeing on defense don't have contracts. Next year is not guaranteed for them. So why aren't they fighting? Why are they not pushing hard and giving it their all? Why not? I don't understand it. I don't get it. They're not coached right. They're not being taught right. They are soft as cottontail tissue, and I haven't seen these guys look this bad in a very long time. And maybe D-Law played a lot of part in filling in these soft coaches we've had, besides Dan Quinn. Maybe D-Law being here all those years was that internal inspiration that's going to get on and chew these players out, man. Fire them up like Dez Bryant used to do the offense. Because it's not here no more. We don't have that Rockwall on defense. We don't have it. Osa is not. He don't have it. He's a great guy. I said it yesterday. He's a good guy, but he just don't have that dog in him. He don't have it. If we go to the secondary, Donovan Wilson, he hits like a dog, but he doesn't talk. His mannerisms is not like a dog. He's not the loudest one in the room. Trayvon Diggs, he just started talking. So there's no dogs on this defense. Yeah. And we all know, we done heard it for years, defense wins championships.
It does.
Jerry Jones, I don't care how much you invest in this offense.
In closing. Yeah.
Okay. This offense can put up 500 yards a game. That's not going to change a thing. We have to make these players play tougher and harder and fight for their jobs. That's all I got, man.
No doubt, man. That's Kobe Cowboy, man, from the 817. These guys got to step it up. I got to get out of here by 11:35, so it's 11:14. So let's see if we can get all of these callers in and out. I got from the 206 you in the mix, MJ, and then we had Cowboy Roy. But hey, MJ, you're live.
Play tougher and harder and fight for their jobs. That's all I got, man.
All right, Cowboy Roy from the 603, you're live.
Hey, Law, let me. I just want to run through these quick points right quick. Jerry's interview, he hired, basically what he was saying, he hired Eberflus because of his connection with Monty Kiffin. When we had Monty Kiffin was ready to be eulogized. Trust me on that.
Right.
We need to take that whole Monty Kiffin tree, the limbs and the branches, and throw it all into the fire, the brush fire, because middle school kids are beating the Tampa 2 defense now. This team is, or this defense is the safe.
Hold tight for a quick second,
Sup,
Roy.
Law and Cowboy Nation. One question, Law. Who is the best player on the Cowboys defense?
The best player on the Cowboy defense right now, Paul, is Kenny Clark. But keep going, Cowboy Roy.
Yeah. This defense is the safe and effective defense. Remember, they were telling us about the COVID shot, and we as Cowboy fans, we keep running back to the Joneses for our booster shots every day. We keep running back for them booster shots. Steven and Jerry are not aligned. If you heard Steven's interview, his adjectives that he used for his defense was alarming and concerning. Versus Jerry is everything is gumdrops and rainbows as far as what he sees. So they're not even aligned. When Jerry was the one that hired Eberflus, not Steven. Steven hired Shoddy. He should have let Shoddy hire his own defense coordinator. And if they are able to move on from Eberflus by the bye, they should maybe look at promoting White Cotton to keep the system kind of consistent. And that's the only way you can kind of weather this, because it's a mess. To be able to move this defense, they try to get it to be average, just to even get the average.
No doubt,
so
man.
That's all
Appreciate you, Cowboy Roy. Good observation. If I'm the GM or if I'm the head coach, I'm sitting here saying, hey, Matt Eberflus, I get it, but the people are not gravitating to you right now. Even if you listen to the sounds of the sidelines, they're not cutting to Matt Eberflus. He's not giving you nothing. Now, I get it. Aaron White Cotton, he's more younger. He got more energy. He's all everywhere. He's motivating. He's pushing these guys. He's giving them some things that they need to do better on their D-line. And right now, our better unit is basically what? Damn, what is our better unit? I hate to say it's our damn D-line. Excuse my French. But that's just for what it is. Linebacker room, trash. Safety room, hey, what they do? And then the DB room, hey, no personality. Let me move on. All right, I got Lokes, and then I have the 860. But Lokes, man, from the 469, what's on your mind?
Hey, what's up, Law? I'll make my 2 quick points, and I'm out of here, man. Excuse me. Like the other callers were mentioning, man, we got to realize that Eberflus was hired before Shoddy. And to the caller's point, Shoddy should have the opportunity to have his own coaches as he was with the offense. I mean, he got to get Clayton Adams in the building. You see how he's worked wonders. He's got to do other coaches. I'm not going to name all the names, right? But the only coach he didn't really choose was Matt Eberflus. And those type of coaches are hot and cold, man. They have nothing similar in how they play, but let's see if they can, get something out. And I hope Shoddy goes up to Eberflus and be like, hey, yo, man, this is my first year. I'll be damned if you F this up for me. So let's see what happens. But and then my second point is this: can this defense be improved? Absolutely. A better scheme. You get better players in there. We live in that fantasy land of always trying to get good players in this building. Doesn't necessarily happen most of the time. No, but you can always try.
Right.
And one name you said, Law, that I would absolutely go for, and shit, I mean, I would take him over 2 late-round picks anytime, is Myles Garrett. I mean, I think that's a win-win scenario. I mean, you talked about a person getting on the edge, creating pressure not only in the run game, and he makes Jerry pockets deeper just because he's a hometown hero too. They ain't nothing better, Law. And that's all I got, Law. You have a blessed day. Many thanks, man. DC for life.
No doubt, man. DC for life, man. All right, man.
The conference has been locked.
All right. Who I said was next? 860, you live on the Nation, brought to you by FrenkelFirm.com. Talk to me.
How's it going today?
It's going pretty well. What you got for me?
man, just to be quite honest with you, the Joneses don't value defense, and I believe one of the callers said that on your show before, and I agree with him 100%. So, in a hypothetical world, if this happens, the best thing for a defense to do right now, for Jerry Jones to do, but it's not going to happen. Fire Eberflus, get on the phone with Belichick because UNC is willing to buy Belichick out and bring Belichick over here. That, in a perfect world, will be straight. Or a Myles Garrett trade. And with that being said, let's be on to my next point. To the previous caller, a couple previous callers ago, who said Dak's not under pressure. Boy, are you kidding me? Are you watching football? Dak knows he has to go in every fucking game and put up 30, or he won't win.
Yeah.
I.e., the Panthers game. Example, the Bears game. So now what Jerry needs to do, Jerry needs to go get another running back because he's only going to prioritize offense. So he needs to go get another running back, get on the phone, go holler at Breece Hall, or go holler at Kamara. We need one of those two, Ron. That is the only realistic trade or addition I feel that will happen for the Cowboys. Because we're not getting no help on the defense. How do you feel about that?
Hey man, you right on the money. With that being said, if the Cowboys are serious about winning, they will look into this and say, hey, we struck out with Miles Sanders, right? We struck out with Jadon Blue because of the simple fact that he looked like a snail out there running, and we waited so long to see him, and he wasn't as advertised, especially as it relates to his speed and his burst and acceleration. And that sometimes can happen with running backs when you stripe away their confidence, right? And they're pressing and they are trying to fight to get back out there on the field, and none of his speed is showcasing for right now. And also, you have to also identify or contextualize that if Phil Maffa is going to be any of those things, waiting for him and hoping that he can be is a lost cause. You need to go out there and go and get known commodities, somebody with some type of grit on their resume, and bring them in if you want to absolutely help this team out. We all knew that the law of diminishing rate of return will be bestowed upon the Cowboys with Javonte Williams. And for the life of me, I don't know why the Cowboys didn't see that. Man, it's crazy. And some fans didn't see it either, man, because they was all on my ass about that. But I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for calling that.
How about the Cowboys, bro? Have a good one.
How about them, man? We moving right along. All right, I got 580, and then I have the 704. So 580, you're live on the Nation, brought to you by FrenkelFirm.com. Talk to me.
I just got a few points, Law, and I'm out of here.
Most certainly.
Man, Jerry Jones, man, he's getting up there and just keeps trying to sell us, just trying to sell us trash, man. He can try to cover it up all day. He's been trying to do this for 30 years, man. And, we got some of the smartest fans and the smartest content creators out there, man. We ain't buying it.
Yeah, we definitely not buying that.
We're not buying that, man. And, this defense is the worst in Cowboys history. I was 5 years old the last time the Cowboys won the Super Bowl, and I was glad that I was old enough to be able to see it.
Right.
But, man, something's going to have to change, and I don't believe that firing your defensive coordinator in the middle of the season is going to help anything. They just need to go out and get some players.
Get some players and see what he can do with his personnel. At least see that instead of waiting for a whole nother calendar year. I agree with what you said. Go ahead and bring in the pieces there. And if those things don't work, man, you just salvage it for 2026 by adding more pieces to it. It don't have to move earth and heaven for these things to happen. You're right, bro. You're very right.
And you would think that an 85-year-old man would have a little more sense of urgency than he has, but that's just the delusional of this man. And he's not the same Jerry Jones as he was back in the 90s. He's just not.
You ain't lying, man. Appreciate you for calling in for the 580. What's your name so I can lock you in?
Derek G.
Derek G. All right. Yep. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
Good call from him. All right. 704, you're live on the Nation, brought to you by FrenkelFirm.com. Talk to me.
What up, Law? Hey, I had a point to make about you know the Bears are the second leading team in the NFL with interceptions, and I wonder who they got. Al Harris.
Oh man, can you say that loud enough for the people in the background so they can hear you? Hold on. Matter of fact, hold on. Let me hit record so I can get this out immediately, so that people can understand this. What you about to say. 5, 4, 3, 2, go.
The Chicago Bears are the second leading team in the NFL behind the Jacksonville Jaguars in interception, and they have our coach Al Harris over there. And you got Eberflus. You trying to sell me on Eberflus? If you're gonna get Eberflus, at least keep your guys. We letting go of our guys too fast, man. I don't know. Jerry didn't want that old thing back, that old 80s kind of football where your last name matters. This ain't got nothing to do with nobody's last name.
Mm-hmm. Man.
I mean, it's easy to see Al Harris had them boys playing good. I mean, and I'm with all the other Cowboy fans. We too soft, man. We can't jump. I would like to have Zimmer back. At least he cut somebody out. If we get beat, he cussing somebody out on the sideline. At least.
Right. And you're right with that. When we look at everything, Al Harris talked to these guys from a defensive back perspective, especially from a guy that played in the National Football League perspective. And he would have understood. Now, of course, last season he was here, but he was promoted. He was promoted as said assistant head coach. But let the AI speak out of AI.
$10 for the DC to win. JJ and Step need to pray to God. Then, request for Shati and Scout Department to look for a Charles Haley personality, a man that can bring it, and can crazily rally the team angrily.
No doubt, son of John. Great super chat. And great observation, too, son of John. But what else you have before I let you go, Chief?
Hey, this is my last point, Scott. Do you think we jumped the gun on guys that we thought were going to be good when we could have took that money to pay Michael Parsons instead of paying Odigizua, the Lipke, and Bland? And I'll take the rest of the call off there. Thank you, Law.
Appreciate you, man. Yeah, and hey, nothing wrong with Scott Law, man. Maybe me and Scott need to do a show together like him and an old girl be doing, Aisha. But let me tell y'all this.
Hold on. You have a choice. You can have the boat or the mystery box.
What, are you crazy? We'll take the boat.
No, not so fast, Lois. A boat's a boat, but the mystery box could be anything. It could even be a boat. You know how much we've wanted one of those.
Then let's just...
We'll take the box.
We'll take the box. You gave up a boat for free tickets to a crappy comedy club.
Come on, Lois. You're acting like this is the first time I've ever done something stupid.
The MP thing gonna be around for a long time, Cowboy Nation. And unfortunately, he was a generational talent guy. And it's not like the guys that we do have are not any good, but they're not of that kind of caliber. Now, this will all have to play out, of course, down the line, down the stretch. Maybe 5 years from now, we can look back at some of the draft picks that we used with those 4 first-round draft picks in the next 2 seasons, but we still have to wait for them to blossom and grow and all of that. I always say that there's the known known versus the known unknown. And if the Cowboys were any serious, they would have made that move from Michael Parsons, but by chance, they would have brought in somebody that can give you the equivalency of what he brings to the table. Now, they have a chance before November the 4th to make a trade to bring in somebody. Trey Hendricks is there, as well as, Max Crosby or Myles Garrett. You can do that. You still get from under it.
Blue $19.99. Everybody can't be trash, Law. I think it's coaching. They are not putting these players in the right position and coaching them up. That's why it looks like he wrote well, in my opinion.
Most certainly.
DC4L.
Shout out to you, Johnny Blue. Everybody's not trash, right? Look, I'm always coining the movie Coach Carter. Coach Carter was a real good movie, and it was a movie about a true story, by the way. But this movie with Coach Carter, it was a situation and scenario that team couldn't win nothing. They didn't get new players, nothing. They didn't add nothing to it. But they changed the coach, and the coach were able to see something out of these guys that they couldn't see. Matt Eberflus, for the life of me, I'm not hearing or I'm not seeing anybody saying that they are willing to run through a brick wall for Matt Eberflus. Even with the sounds of the sidelines, they're not even panting his way. He's like a silent guy over there with the slick back, with the chewing of the tobacco, whatever he's doing. And it's not a good move for us for some strange reason. Now, he got every chance to turn it around. I'm not saying that Matt Eberflus is dog water, but for right now, everyone have a reason, but results are what matter, and I do not see the results of what he said he's going to bring to the table outside of us being ranked 32nd in most categories. All right, so let me get the next caller on, and it is from the 301. You're live on The Nation. Talk to me.
Hello.
Talk to me, man.
G-Nice from the DMV, baby. Once again.
DMV, baby. What's good with you, man?
Yay. So I'm going to give, so I know these things kind of redundant when you do it, so I'm going to kind of give a little bit of a different, I like the Al Harris thing. It was going to be one of my points, but he said it perfectly, so I don't want to jump on that. But my thing about, we already know our defense trash, but Dak will have to score 40 points. My thing is, why do if Shotty is this scheme guy, why do when Jayden Blue come in the game, they give him some here man damn carries? You know how like your kids, you know, when you get something for yourself and they keep sneaking around and you don't want to give it to them, and you finally like, here man damn. Why do they give Jayden Blue the here man damn carries? Scheme him up something like they do with these explosive backs. Every time he comes in the game, they give him a dive. Like, come on. And like do something electrifying with him. We don't got Turpin. Do a jet sweep with him. Do something with him. Like
you got to use. Did you see the game last night?
Yeah.
You see how Swift was able to? They did a toss right, a toss left, and they was able to get him on the perimeter because they know Swift, DeAndre Swift. He's not a physical running back, but he's very elusive and he got some speed to him. And what we need to do is we need to see that tape. And if we need to see that tape of what the Washington team couldn't stop, that toss right, that toss left, and that need to be Jayden Blue if he got the speed. But if he don't, we need to be in the waiver wires, or we need to elevate Malik Davis this week.
Exactly. So I'm saying if you're not going to scheme him up something and see what he really got, because we seen it in the preseason,
right?
But he didn't get his opportunities because of Miles Sanders, and you seen them scheming up Swift versus linebackers all night, whether it's a wide receiver in motion, two in the backfield, DJ Moore in the backfield, you fake a screen to him, throw it back to Swift, and vice versa. Like I get Shotty, he has some good things in his scheme, which I'm excited about. But then when it seems like when it comes to him, or when the game gets tight, then the last drive happened where you throw it to our guy Williams for a loss, and then it's a check that, you know what I mean? Like when we haven't seen Shotty when his, you know, quote unquote nuts get tight, when you get in those situations where it's all or nothing. Now let me pull out the stops like a Ben Johnson. So that's what I want to see out of Shotty. I know the
here's my
defense
take
is a
on that,
low-hanging
though.
fruit, but
Here's my take on that. I truly believe that they are not dialing up Jayden Blue the way he's supposed to be used, as you lamenting. I look at it as they were just trying to get him out there on the field so they can give Javonte Williams a spell. That's why they do a dive here, dive there. Yeah, you're right. So you're right.
Yeah, but Detroit don't do that with their two backs. You know what I mean? Like even the Bears last night, they got a rookie. He was doing Swift was killing. They took him out the game. They got the rookie from Rutgers, and he got 5, 6, 7 possessions.
Hey, he almost took one to the house. I said, man, if he cut back to the outside, woo, we wouldn't even have to worry about to the final minutes. But yeah, you're right. But see, I'm gonna go back and watch that tape again, because I know for sure, even though it may appear that the Chicago Bears beat the brakes off of us, we had some careless turnovers, but that goes back to coaching. That goes back to Al Harris, knowing the identity of the team. But I think that the Washington team is very beatable, but you can't play scared with them boys. You got to bring physicality with offense on them. You got to.
Yeah, you got to, because at the end of the day, I'm not paying my corners all of this money to have them sit in soft zones. No, man up across the board. The Bears don't have the greatest defense, but when the game was on the line, they lined up A-B gap, and they manned up all across the board and saying, Jayden beat me. That's what I want to see sometimes out of our defense. And how about them Cowboys? Thanks, Law.
Good call from my guy, man, from the 301. Yeah, the phone lines are closed, ladies and gentlemen. I think I've been live way too long. I thought I was going to jump on for a quick second. But, man, I love y'all so much, and I appreciate all of the support. Here's my let me see if MJ is still here, man, because you did stay around.
Yo,
what's up, MJ? Talk to me, man. Yeah.
What's up? Oh, yeah, I'm here, man. I've been listening to everybody. Some people got good points, some don't. But just to get to it real quick so you get out of here. If you look at the tape, I went back because I'm cool with Foots. Foots the king, y'all, my dog. Showed the tape, and the players was playing out of position again. When the last, they did it again, Law. I told you. Even though Uber man be making boo-boo. Uber, what they doing, all the fans, they double teaming number 95 now. Remember how they used to do Parsons? So I said, we got to get this number 95 out of here. And then number 97 is not staying in his hole. He running out of his hole trying to make plays. I told you, hero ball, running big games. 90 DE in 94 getting blocked, ain't playing physical. Then the tight end block him and the receiver block him. When you should throw him out the way. You know what I'm saying? And then one play, number 50, he's not even the call of the play. He tell 59 Mary, get over there to the left. They had a scheme going with a DN cut down, and he supposed to go around and get the halfback. He followed 50 in the middle of the hole, and number 5 had a big game. That's when he got his big, 9-yard run. I say, these dudes, hero ball. So they, like you say, they playing out of position, and that's why they getting ran over. They kept doing it all game. 97 running out his hole, wide open hole. And they kept double teaming 95. And our DNs slashing down when they supposed to stay in their place, like when the coach last year, remember they was doing it to Zimmer, running out of their place, and we getting gas, they doing it again, the play.
No doubt,
they
man.
panicking.
No doubt,
So,
man.
but what I want to do, the last thing, is only thing they got to do, put 6 down where he's supposed to be, and let number 2 play in the safety spot, 6 down in the box, and then if the players stay in their zone and let the corners play bump and run, then you're going to win. Now, for my last thing, this week, Sunday, Slaw, I'm going to tell you, I'm pissed off, but this week, if they let number 6 score that quarterback from the Redskins run all over us, and he throw for 300-something yards, I'm done.
I mean, 300 yards is coming, bro. Just take it. I mean, he finna throw 300 yards. Come on. Let's just take it.
Why he can't do 300 yards? He didn't do last night on the Bears.
He's about to throw 300 yards, bro. He about to throw it, or he about to run for 40 to 50 yards. I don't see this team being able to slow Jaden Daniel down with the way they've been playing defense. At the 32nd ranked defense on most categories, and we had Bryce Young looking like 10 for 10 for 158 QB passer rating. And he's not even close to Jaden Daniels' knees. Jaden Daniels' heads and shoulders above Bryce, and it's about to show this weekend. But I appreciate you for calling in, MJ. Thank you, bro.
All right, brother. Salute.
Salute. I get what he's saying. I want us to believe in this defense to that point that it's going to slow down the quarterback and these sorts of things. My only thing would be is expect for a shootout. Our offense at home. We haven't lost a game. And I ain't saying this to jinx it, but I'm trying to give us some shred of some type of an audacity of hope that our offense will be able to move and groove at the crib. We'll be able to hear better. Players be able to get pumped up. We can pump in some sound on defense in the stadium, and at least either it's going to be a win or a tie at the crib. That's just for what it is. That's just for what it is. And I'm looking for this team to show up and show out, and that's just for what it is. It's going to be a shootout. Jaden Daniels. When I was looking at the game last night, I was sitting there thinking of how we play on defense. And I said, Lord have mercy. Don't y'all understand that Al Harris got Nashawn Wright picking up fumbles and batting down balls looking good? Don't y'all know Nashawn Wright was here? We traded Nashawn Wright for Andre Booth. Right now, I would take Nashawn Wright way over what's Elam? Kyer Elam. It's going to have to be a shootout. That's how we're going to win this game. I'm looking for high scores, you know. It's going to be back and forth. Yeah, it's going to be back and forth. All right, Cowboy Nation. Appreciate everybody, man, for jumping in and tuning in. This was another marathon show. I love y'all to the stars and back. Be sure that we will be live on Cowboys Collective today, voicing our opinions. And this will be my last time talking about the damn Panthers. I can't stand the Panthers now. I never forget what they did to us way back in the days when they had a guy that's supposed to be our backup quarterback. What was his name? Damn, it was his name. They went all the way to the Super Bowl with that kid, even though they lost. It was way back in the day when they first got that expansion thing. Name it the tip of my tongue. Y'all named that guy. Was it 97? They beat us in the postseason. And then I remember them in 2015. They had Cam Newton that year. Damn, that quarterback is at the tip of my tongue. His name. Pause if necessary. Cowboys Nation. Yeah, Jake DeHolmes. Yeah, Jake DeHolmes. He was on our practice squad. They took our practice squad guy and made him a household name. Jake DeHolmes. Oh my gosh. They took him to the Super Bowl. I think they lost to some team. Or did they go to the Super Bowl? They lost in the playoffs, something like that. I can't remember. But DeHolmes drops back. Jake DeHolmes. He was the first Pat Mahomes. DeHolmes. Pat Summerall was still calling the plays. And then I'll never forget, 2015, my guy Tony Romo, boy, he threw 2 touchdowns. He threw 2 touchdowns to that damn linebacker. Y'all remember his name? Luke Kuechly. Shit. It was DeHolmes in 2000. Yeah, DeHolmes. Lost to the Patriots. But neither here nor there, Cowboy Nation. To be real with you guys, 2-3-1 is not a very appetizing thing. But it's not like the Washington team is so far ahead of us. I'm in a group chat. Right now, we done gave life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness back to the Eagles. Lord Brunson is done climb up out of the grave. He's sitting there like, yeah. He put his division hat. He's showing his Super Bowl rings and everything. I said, Cowboys, you had one job to do. Fix this defense. Everything else will work its way out. We got the number 1, number 5 offense, give or take. Let's figure it out. Cowboy Nation and everyone that's listening in for right now. Oh yeah, Louis T hurt right now. Yeah, that fumble last night. Y'all thought we were mad. Louis T hurt right now. But shout out to Louis T. Cut the music. Hold on now. Now, cut the music. Hold on now. Eric, old head young bull. I still got 3 or 4 minutes. You can still send that money over. If not, it'll roll over to the next. It'll roll to the next show. So we waiting. Come on, Eric, old head young bull. Yeah, y'all you might feel a little bit better. But at the end of the day, where my t-shirt at? Well, let me see you and your girl right quick.
We're looking great. Let's go, Birds. E-S.
Don't exile him. He gotta pay his toll. Damn shame what they did to that bird. Who the Eagles got to play next, y'all? Who the Eagles got to play next? They laughing at all misfortunes. They got a healthy quarterback. They got a healthy wide receiver, A.J. Brown. They got a healthy Smitty. They got a healthy offensive line outside of the lane. I think he's kind of banged up a little bit, but majority of their guys are there. They got a healthy Saquon Barkley. They got a healthy defense, and they lost 2 games in a row. And you think that you're going to come here to get comfort and cope with us losing? They got to play the Vikings? Oh, yeah. That's an L for the Eagles. Yeah. 3 games in a row. 3 games in a row. They don't got you blocked. You said something right now. Go ahead and run me that money. Run me that money, old head, young boy. Run me that money. Yes, indeed.
Money out! All of it! Come on! Wasting my time now. Come on!
If you don't send me something by the end of this song, you definitely gonna be blocked next show. You definitely gonna be blocked next show. So you better send me something. And this is extortion at its all-time height. You messing up my closing statement, my closing remarks. You gonna get up during the benediction. You gonna do this to me. So you gotta send me something.
Take the money out, all of it. Come on.
And if you, Cowboy Nation,
now, come on.
Thinking that I'm willing to fold up like a wallet or a lawn chair, I may be down, but I'm not going to be out. I listened to the not the late, great Les Brown, but the great Les Brown, because Les Brown is still here. And they said if you fall, try to land on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up, Cowboy Nation. And we are definitely going to be able to get on up out of this particular situation. Jerry Jones got to do a few things. Angie didn't block you. Don't stop blaming the women. Stop blaming the women, Eric. Send that money through.
Take the money out, all of it. Come on.
There's Chase, there's Wells Fargo, there's Regions, there's a Truist Bank. Send me my funds. Ladies and gentlemen, as we extort Eric Old Head Young Bull, just remember this. If you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for, to work day and night, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad, that you don't get tired, and it makes you hold everything tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you'll gladly go out there and sweat for it, fret for it, plan for it, and lose all terror of your mind. If you will simply, Eric,
Old Head Young Bull, Stewart, $19.99.
Take the money out!
Oh, shit. With all of your capacity, strength, and sagacity.
Now, come on!
With faith, hope, and confidence, and stirred pertinacity, if neither cold or the poverty or the famish of fame, or the sickness of body or brain, or Broncos can beat you down in the same. In Cowboy Nation, Eric Old Head Young Bull done paid his dues for this particular minute. But I'm gonna tell you, y'all can block him now. No, I'm just messing with you. If Dogged and Grim and besiege and beset with the help of Almighty Cowboy Nation, you will get it. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember,
Eric, Old
Eric!
Stewart, $9.99.
Eric! There you go, Harry. I knew you had it in you.
I wake up, flex on down that check, no dripless. Tell 'em run it on. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch. Tell 'em run it on. I wake up, flex, thumb down that check, no drip this. Tell 'em run it on. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I
stretch.
9 out of 10 roll through my hands, I'm by my lonely.
Come on with it.
Turned to a savage, now my baby wants to hold me.
Don't try to hold me.
No fans, don't need no friends, I got my homies. Thought I could trust you, I find out you tried to zone me.
Eric, what I'm in?
One up on that court, I'm
yeah.
The first one in, the last one out, can't call me lazy.
Can't call me lazy.
Put in my hours, send the invoice and they pay me. I need 6 rings like MJ.
Come on, extortion time.
I wake up,
law,
thumb down,
extortion,
no drip.
Every Eagle,
fan
in the building.
No sleep, no rest.
Now it's
might
time
crash, might
to roll.
I wake up, flex, thumb down, now check, no drip.
Those great.
No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it. Y'all gon' make me take that trip way out to
Dallas.
I call up Nigeria, come through in a hurry.
Come on.
Those London boys don't come to play, you should get worried. One false move, find yourself there getting buried. Dance with the devil, used to love playing those games.
Come on.
Made some bad decisions that brought my mama pain.
Not mine.
I made a promise to her, swore that I would change. I'm on the come up, bet I live up to my
name.
I wake up,
Eric,
thumb down, now check, no drip this.
Shout out to your son of John.
No sleep, no rest, might crash, might
all right, Eric.
I wake up, flex, thumb down, now check, no drip this. Tell him run it over, no sleep, no rest.
Eric gonna let us know that he got that, boy, he got that money over there, boy. Yes, indeed. Well, hush your mouth over there, man.
Give me my theme music.
Yeah. Boy, I'm gonna get me a good breakfast now, man. Brought to you by Eric. Jeez. All right, Brandy, thank you for your support. Max, Millie, appreciate you. J Diz, appreciate you. JD from C, because he said don't put the D in there. Pause are necessary. Son of John, the Ward family, appreciate you. Mr. Strange, Dr. Q, appreciate you. B-Bird Cowboys, Sighton, Tropes, MRXO, appreciate you. Dreamers, ATX, Paul, Johnny, Blue, and last, and it is least, Eric, old head drinking milk that's been milked by the bull, Stewart.
All alone. You know it's dangerous to go alone. Don't let the street lights hit you. Can
I be on player 2?
I'll follow. Wherever you go, whatever you do, play it too. 7 years of a perfect love, 7 more and another one.
And another one.
And another one.
Now, after today, I meant to say, we ain't gonna be talking about them Panthers now.
Don't let the street lights hit you all alone. You know it's dangerous to go alone. Don't let the street
Go on, drop 1,000 in there, Eric. Shoot, you go and pay up for the year.
Evil world we live
I'll make you a mod today. You drop a thou while in there, I'll make you a mod right now.
every paper crank and fly. Every rally doesn't feel that far. So far.
Are you shitting me?
So far.
Are you shitting me?
Crank and fly. Then forever doesn't feel
All I
that
ask
far.
is when you lay your head on that pillow at night. So I gave you everything I had. I gave you everything I had.
If a baby grain can fly, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! It is you! I cannot believe it! Oh. Greetings, Your Highness!
Until next time, DC for life.
And they understand the cost that is involved.
The longest
There's
outro in the land.
I said close them doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors. We all gonna leave together. There's 1,000 of you tonight, and those that are watching, it's 1,000 that's watching online. This is a small seed. If I get 1,000,
Shout out to you, Paul. Appreciate you.
challenging each of you all.
B-Bird, if we offended anyone today outside of Eric, charge it to my beard, not my heart. Appreciate y'all. Or any Eagle fan. You know, if you're offended by them, you know, then you,
And this is what I need you
just
to do. If
offended.
you're giving electronically, or even if you're giving tangibly, bring them baskets. I want the baskets up here. I want to see the folk. Y'all start moving. Y'all can bring it right now. Come. Even if you're giving tangibly, just put your hand on the, take your phone and stick it on the bucket.
Until next time, DC for life. We'll grab me some to eat. Peace.
Giving is worship. Giving is worship.